That's my cue to start the show. Welcome to another edition of the Hard Rocket Sports Show, live from high atop Hard Rocket Sports Studios in beautiful scenic Monroe, New Jersey. We are your 3-hour weekly get-together. We bring you all the biggest news from around the worlds of hard rock, heavy metal, of course, the wide world of sports. And guys, welcome to Thursday, September the 22nd, in the year of our Lord 2022. And I hope you guys have had a great week. It's been an interesting one. Very, very tiring for this guy getting a little older now. Creeping up on 55 soon, guys. But lots and lots to talk about. It's been a great week. If you're a sports fan, we had a great Sunday. All four New York locals, the Jets, Giants, Yankees, and Mets all won. Hasn't happened in a very long time, 2009, I believe. We've got great stuff going on right now. Of course, football season. We're third weekend this week. Starts tonight. Steelers and the Browns. Of course, that is on Amazon, which is the Thursday night games. But the big story, and we'll get to a lot of football tonight, but the big story right now, of course, if you're a baseball fan, and of course a fan, you don't have to be a Yankee fan to be. I think this is big. This is something with Aaron Judge that's only happened 2 times. This is the third time that we have a American League player. Now, all right, let's finish it. This is the third time we've had an American League player hit 60 home runs. We got to go back 60 years to the last time, 61 years to be exact. That's funny. It's 61 years to the last time somebody hit 61 homers. Before that, it was 40-something years from Babe to Maris to possibly Aaron Judge, who just the other day hit his 60th home run. And I have to tell you guys, I think this is a huge deal. I guess it all depends on you as a baseball fan. Do you buy into McGuire hitting 60-something and Sosa hitting 60-something? And, of course, Barry Bonds hitting 73. I don't. I think it's a joke. I consider Maris's record 61 to be the record. So I'm hoping that, and I think it's inevitable that Aaron Judge will beat it. And, good for him. He's done a great job. And we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. But, he's also chasing what might be just, see, now people are talking about what's most impressive. Is it the chance that he might actually hit for the Triple Crown or the 62 home runs? And I say 62, but because not a lot of guys, but I think it's 7 or 8 guys in the last, 30, not 30. I would say the last 50 or 60 years have done it. I'll get the list up a little later, but guys like Mickey Mantle and Frank Robinson, Miguel Cabrera, there's been a bunch of guys, and over the course of time, there's probably 20 or 30 guys who've won the Triple Crown. But only 3 players in history have hit 60 homers. I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's historic. You can say anything you want. Well, it's Aaron Judge. What's the big deal? The big deal is nobody does it. Just nobody does it. 1927, 1961, and 2022 are the only time legitimately 3 guys all hit for 60 homers in those years. I mean, this isn't something that happened, 15 times. So this is historic. I can't put out there enough to people how big a news this is, I think. Will he get it? I can't imagine, with 13 or 14 games left, he won't. But who knows? Maybe he goes in a dry spell and he doesn't hit one the rest of the year. It's still impressive, 60. And yes, of course, he's going for the Triple Crown. And yes, he's the MVP. Yeah, it really is, guys. Whether, again, listen, I have my opinion on Aaron Judge. I think he's a fantastic ball player. He might be the best player in baseball right now. I don't know. You can go back and forth with Mike Trout. All I know is this: when you put the record together, if I take Aaron Judge off the Yankees are an 80-win team. They would have fallen apart this year without his bat consistently in that lineup. He's just been huge all year, and he's the MVP. Regardless whether he gets to 62 or gets the Triple Crown, does both, Aaron Judge is your MVP this year. But let's think on 62 on 60 and 61 and 62. This is huge. It's been 61 years since anybody did this. This isn't happening all the time. And the fact that it's only been 3 Yankees who've done it is really, to me, amazing. With, all the teams in this league and all the great hitters in this league, home run hitters that have dominated the game over the past 40 or 50 years, and we can run through a list of them. How many of them never got to 60? I mean, even his teammate Giancarlo Stanton, a couple years, it was in 2018 or 17, had a huge MVP year, hit 59. I mean, guys just don't do it. They hit that wall in the 50s. And Aaron Judge has somehow gotten past it. And 3 Yankees over the course of 95 years have gotten there, and only 3 Yankees. That's why this is such a big deal. Like, I don't understand how it's not a big deal. Now, again, a lot of people will say, well, there's a bunch of guys who've hit 60-something homers in the National League. There's all clouds on that, guys. So to me, I'm not buying into it. I don't know if you do. Let me know what you guys think. But I call 62 as 61 as the record. That's me personal. Obviously, baseball. But I say this for baseball: if 73 is the legit home run record, why isn't Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame? If 73 homers is the legit Major League Baseball record, why are not more people up in arms that Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame? You're going to have to answer that one for me. There's no public outcry. I've not heard anybody banging on the drums. When the list comes out and he's not on it, why? You get a couple guys who vote for him now, but why is there no push from Major League Baseball offices or beat writers or national reporters or fans in general? Because most people don't buy into his record. And I'm surprised that this isn't getting more national attention, that Judge is doing this. Again, 98 was huge. I mean, that was, now maybe it would have been better if there was a race, maybe if a second body in this would have made it even better. But I have to tell you, I find it amazing. Obviously, New York is, New York baseball fans are watching this. I see it all over Facebook. Buddies of mine who are Met fans and not Yankee fans are all into it, and they're rooting for Judge. He's a guy you want to root for. Whether he's a Yankee or not next year, who knows? I can't imagine that he doesn't want to be here and they don't want him here. Can they make the money situation happen? Who knows? But for tonight, for the rest of the season, it's about 62. And it's really kind of overshadowed everything. I mean, the Yankees have had some great wins the last week. They had a great weekend, but they had a good win on Sunday. Came back Tuesday night with the grand slam in the top bottom of the ninth, right after the 60th homer, to win the game. And then last night just completely smacked around the Pirates with 2 homers in an inning from Gleyber Torres and a home run from Oswaldo Cabrera. This is this Yankee team's coming alive at the right time, led by Judge. So I got to tell you, folks, if you're not excited, if you're a baseball fan and you're not excited to turn on the game and watch, I don't care if football's on tonight. I know that most of the country's watching the Steelers. Probably you'll get less than 1 million people on TV watching this game tonight, and you'll get 20 million, or you'll probably get 12 or 15 million watching the football game. That's football's king. Paulie Gill, you got to rub it in, my man. You know what? I don't think you're far off, Paul. I got to be honest with you. I don't think you're far off. I don't think he will be in there. I think if he stayed in New York, if he stays with the Yankees, but I think Steve Cohen's going to throw the monkey in the wrench, and he's going to offer him some big bucks. I can't imagine that he'd be a perfect fit out there, and exactly what that team needs. Not that I don't think they're upset, they're ready to take it this year, but I have to tell you, I think it's either here or San Francisco. I think he wants to go home, but I think ultimately he signs here. But this is not about next year and free agency. Yes, tonight is on Fox. Tomorrow night's Apple TV. Guys, here's the thing. I know baseball wants to get, every sport. They want to sell every nickel they can in TV time and as many packages, and football's, they're all over the place in baseball. But, if you're Major League Baseball, you got to find a way to get this on where more eyes are going to see. I'm sorry. Not a lot of people are going to go run around trying to get. I don't have Apple TV. I don't have it. I never signed up for it. I'm sure it's for free. I don't know if I'm going to go after it tomorrow night. I got to be honest with you. I really just, it's like, come on, guys. That you got to get this. You got to get this game on regular TV. Make a deal with Apple. Do what you can. These games need to be on. Yes. They need to be. To be honest with you, they need to be on free TV. And maybe Fox is the right answer. Channel 5. But this is historic. This is what you're trying to sell. You're trying to sell Aaron Judge as the face of baseball because he really is. Who else is the face of baseball? It's not Mike Trout. Mike Trout might be the best player in baseball. He's not the face of baseball. Most people couldn't pick him out of a lineup. Leonard, I don't disagree with you, my friend. And by the way, guys, if you're looking for Jeff, and I'm sure some of you might be, and most of you probably aren't, he'll be on here at a union meeting after work, but he'll be popping up in a little while. So I'm going to carry you along for a little while. And if you guys want to talk or jump in, by all means. But again, this is what you're selling. This is what baseball's all about. This is September. The Mets are in a pennant race. Yes, they've clinched a playoff spot, but the Mets are in a playoff in a pennant race to win the East and make an easier travel to the playoffs. And the Braves are nipping on their heels. And you know what? They're going to wind up playing each other 3 games very soon. This is October. This is October baseball coming up. This is what you're selling. And Aaron Judge gunning for 62. The Yankees trying to turn it around. They're getting the reinforcements back. Why are they not pushing these games more? I got to tell you, I don't know how everybody feels. I think there's a small buzz. This should be a huge buzz out there for this. And the fact that baseball's got this on Apple TV tomorrow night, it just takes it away. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have the game on tonight. I got it on the screen now. I'll have it on, but I just feel like this is a guy you want to sell to the fans. You want the young kids buying 99 jerseys, not just here but all over the country. And you want baseball to be that force again, and it's not. It's not. I mean, listen, it's definitely not the number one sport in the country anymore. That's football, and they're probably never going to get that back. There's too many options and too many games. But putting these games on the streaming services is a disaster. And tonight and tomorrow night proves it. If he hits 62 on Apple TV, boy, I think that's just. Think about the call. You want that call coming from, obviously Michael Kay or John Sterling. I mean, these are Yankee announcers, but I want to hear the national guys, the guys who are on TV every week doing these games. I don't want to hear Steve Nelson on Apple TV. That's why I want to hear call Aaron Judge's 61st or 62nd homer or both. You think it's a national anti-New York sentiment? You know what? It's very possible, Paul. I won't disagree with that. But this is a huge moment. If you're a baseball fan, this is a huge moment. Whether you like the Yankees or not, this is a huge moment in sports history. 3 guys have legitimately, let's just take it to the American League. 3 people in the American League have hit 60 homers. It's taken 95 years to get that done. If you're a baseball fan, how are you not watching this game tonight? How are the Red Sox going to pitch him? Are they good? Are they going to pitch to him? Are they going to pitch around them? Are they going to, they have nothing to play for. I don't know. Yes, and you're right. I want to hear Sterling call. That's the guy I want to hear. And God bless the guy's going to do, follow it along and play and do the rest of the games. But this is baseball. This is what it's all about. This is a huge baseball is the one sport where history really, really matters. Stats matter. And this is as big as it gets. You got a guy going for the Triple Crown at 61 homers, excuse me. Going to try to hit 62. And it's on Apple TV tomorrow. And the buzz is not huge to non-baseball fans. Like this should be big moments out here. I hope people are watching this and are going to go out there and enjoy this, because this is, not necessarily once in a lifetime, but if you think about it, if history repeats and it's another 60 years, yeah, this is once in a lifetime for some people. So, guys, listen, man, this is huge. Now, I was saving this for Jeff, but you know what? I'm going to get into it early. So they were talking about the kid who caught the 60th homer, and what that he got basically a bunch of signed bats and a couple pictures and some swag, and they were talking on the radio, and I want to hear what everybody has to say about this. If you caught 61 or 62, would you give it back? And I mean, what I mean by giving it back is, take some signed memorabilia, game tickets, or would you hold it out for money? And here's my thought: I want the money, and I'll tell you why. Is Major League Baseball taking it off the streaming service tomorrow night, paying the service to get it on free TV for more people to see? No, they're not. Are the Yankees cutting ticket prices? Maybe say, hey, you know what? All tickets the rest of the year are $99. No, they're not. How about burgers? How about burgers, hot dogs, and beer are 99 cents until he breaks the record? Yankees ain't doing it. Price is the same. You're going to go to the game. You're going to spend all that money. Right? So Major League Baseball's not giving back any money. The Yankees aren't giving back any money. How about Judge? Judge got offered $236 million for 7 years. A very fair contract, right? $30 million, $30+ million a year. Judge said, no, I want to make more money. Good for him. So nobody in this scenario is giving back any money yet. Whoever catches 61 and 62 should give it back for free, basically. Why? I wouldn't. If I caught 62, I'd tell him, Hal, write the check. And it starts north of $2 million. No doubt. Why should that kid have given back that ball that they say is worth $50,000 to $150,000? Why? Who in that scenario is giving you back anything? Nah, screw that. If I caught it, if I was at that game, and I advise anybody who did it out there, put that ball in your pocket, go home, take a couple of days, and let them come at you. And when they do, tell them to bring the checkbook. No sport, and especially baseball, no sport out there is giving you back a nickel. I wouldn't give them back a nickel. Nothing's for free in life, folks. You have an opportunity that's life-changing money, no chance. So all those people who would say, oh, I would do the honorable thing and I'd give the money back, full of shit. You wouldn't give anything back. And if you did, you're dumb. You're dumb as a rock. I like Aaron Judge. I'm a huge Yankee fan. If I caught 61 or 62, show up at the house, baby, with the checkbook. That's what I tell them. That's right. Leonard, any Rose Banker would. We're all Yankee fans, but they don't do anything for us. There's no 99-cent hamburgers tonight, Leonard. Nobody's giving away free beer while Judge is making the chase. They didn't lower prices for tickets or parking. No, you got to pay the same money, if not more. Playoffs are coming, you're going to pay a lot more. But they want you to give it back. Oh, no, you got to do the right thing. It's history. Screw you and your history. So, I don't know. Guys, it's going to be nice. I hope everybody's watching. We got baseball in New York is back. We have a legit chance. We have a legitimate chance on both these teams in the League Championship Series. I love the Mets chance, and I'll tell you why. And I like the Mets chance. I tell you what, they're built for the postseason. You got two absolute studs at the top of the rotation. So in any series, you're going to see those guys twice. You may beat them once. You're not beating DeGrom. I don't think you're beating him at all. The only thing you can hope for is that you outlast him, and beat them that way. They do not strike out a lot. They put the ball in play. They have guys who are just gritty guys like Nimmo and McNeil. And listen, when the bats are right, they'll put runs on the board, but they pitch. Then listen, their weakness, like a lot of teams, it's facing good pitching and a bullpen. But I think this Met team is primed for a big run. I do. I still think the Dodgers are the best team in the National League. I'd be afraid of the Braves, but I think the Mets can beat the Braves in a 7-game series. I really think the Mets and the Dodgers are headed for a LCS appearance. As far as the Yankees go, well, the Yankees are going to go as far as if they can beat Houston. The rotation, it's good enough, and there's enough hitters. If everybody comes to play, I love their lineup. I love this kid Bader. I'd love to see Carpenter get back to get a lefty bat off the bench. But if it comes down to this, Judge and Stanton, if they both hit, and you get a little support from Rizzo and Torres and Donaldson, the Yankees will be a tough out in the playoffs. Yeah, I agree, Leonard. I agree. I mean, listen, easy on the Buck stuff, because you know what? I think Buck's a great manager. Where has Buck ever won? I mean, with the Orioles that 1 year, he forgets to put the closer in. He had Britton there. They wound up losing. I mean, he takes the Yankees so far. They get rid of him. They win the World Series the next year. He does the same thing with the Diamondbacks. They get rid of him the next year. They win the World Series. He had some talented Texas teams. He had some okay Oriole teams. Buck's a good manager. Don't get me wrong. I take him over anybody, and I would took him for the Yankees this year, to be honest with you. But Buck, in however 30 years of managing in pro ball, he ain't won anything yet. So this isn't Tony La Russa. This isn't Joe Torre. But I like the owner. But there's only so much money you can spend. And look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers spend $300 million every year, and they don't get there. So I'm a little. I agree with you, Leonard. He is better than most. Listen, I totally agree. I think this Met team is very solid. They might have a better chance than the Yankees at this point. I think they're built better for the playoffs than the Yankees are. But the Yankees can get hot, and that'll be it. We got the Yankees coming up in the top of the first inning as they follow Judge off the field. Red Sox go down one hit and leave one man on base. So, but listen, this is it. If you're a baseball fan, especially a baseball fan in New York, this is it. This is what it's all about. We're getting to the end of the year. Both these teams going to the playoffs. Both these teams have a chance to win 100 games. The Mets a little more likely, but both teams have a chance to win 100 games. The Yankees have milestones in front of them with Judge. Again, this is fun, guys. I'm hoping. Listen, we'll talk a lot of football when Jeff gets on. The Jets and the Giants. Giants open up 2-0. The Jets have a miraculous win. And listen, I'm all for the Jets win. Don't get me wrong. It was a great win, but they needed a lot of help. And Cleveland gave it all to them. I mean, they scored way too quick. That what's his name? Chubb should have never scored the touchdown there. Had they forced the Jets to drive the ball instead of the 75-yard touchdown pass, that game doesn't go their way, but it did. So great win. Oh, okay. What's up, Lupika? Just talking about Judge and the Mets and baseball. So we'll get some football in. Again, Giants 2-0, Mets 1-1. The Jets 1-1. So again, we got a lot to get to tonight. We're also going to talk about a couple of maligned quarterbacks, Tua and Jalen Hurts. Two real big question marks for the team this year. Really kind of killing it. So we'll get to those guys tonight. We'll talk about the great Jets win. The Giants. Oh, it wasn't pretty, I got to tell you, but 2-0 is 2-0. And these are two wins that the Giants normally would have lost. Garrett Wilson is a stud. In fact, Jeff and I just picked him up on our fantasy football team. We went and we just grabbed him off the waiver wire because we do believe the same thing. Let's see what else we got. How long before we see Kenny Pickett in Pittsburgh? Lots of questions. I mean, what happened to the Colts? Holy cow. I had high aspirations for the Colts. But there we got Judge striding to the plate. We'll kind of follow this along right here, and we'll get back to it. Thanks for tuning in to the Hard Rock and Sports Show. Jeff's running a little late tonight, so it's just me on the air with you, and I hope you guys stick around and kind of watch the game with us, and we'll talk about what's going on in front of us. Looks like a packed house. I do see some empty seats there, but it's early, and people probably still trying to make their way to the game or get out of the restaurants and bars. Beautiful night. It's supposed to dip, folks, so make sure you dress warm if you're out there. And, of course, he's one shy, and the Maris family is in town to hopefully see him hit it. I'm curious to see how they're going to pitch him. I don't know if it's an unwritten rule in baseball, but you got to pitch to him. I don't care. Maybe you're the Red Sox. You don't want to be the guy to give it up. But if you're the Red Sox, you can't come in here and walk him, 6 times in the series, 8 times in the series. Give this guy a chance. I mean, that's just baseball. Have a pair of balls. And there's the Maris family. The kids still look relatively young. I don't know how old his kids were when if they were born while he even did that. I have to look that up. Judge 2-0. 3-0 doesn't look like they're going to challenge him here. It looks like they're going to walk him. I can't imagine he'll throw him a straight 3-1 fastball, 3-0 fastball. I'd be, he's getting booed, and he's rightfully so. Have a pair of balls and pitch to him again. And yes, outside, Lenny, you must be a little ahead of my thing. So, again, for the Red Sox, you know what? They're out of it. They don't care if Rizzo comes up now or whoever's up bad. I think it's Rizzo. Hits a 2-run bomb. They could care less. They just don't want Aaron Judge beating them. And I think every time he comes up, he's going to have to chase one in the dirt or reach for one. And I think that sucks. If you're the Red Sox, to me, if you're the Yankee pitchers, I'm putting one in somebody's ear. Just for that. So, Steelers need to get. Yeah, Steelers. You know what? We're bouncing around a little bit tonight, but you know what, Mike or Joe? I'm pretty sure it's probably Mike out there. But yeah, you know what? Let's see. Hit by pitch. Leonard's a little ahead of me. So there it is. There's the hit by pitch. First and second. Nobody out. And again, to Boston, who cares? They're out of it. Long out of it. The season's over. Walker's terrible. I think they're gonna have to go to Kenny Pickett. It's time to move to the future. Trubisky's a nice guy to have on your bench, but to be the number one guy, why bother? Unless Pickett's not ready to run the offense, which I can't imagine. I don't think it's gonna be very long. I watched week 1 of the Steelers. I didn't watch this week's game, and I don't know how much I'll watch of tonight's game. But again, I think this needs to be an overhaul out there. Maybe time for a new coach. I mean, there's nothing wrong. He's a good man. He's a good coach. He's taken that team. I don't think he's had a losing season yet. So, I think for sure it's time to get the kid in there. Take your lumps this year and build toward the future. Pop up by got more than a pop up. That's traveling. Nope. First and second. Judge tags, moves on to third. Rizzo stays put. First and third, 1 out. I thought it was a pop up by Gleyber Torres. Drove him back to the warning track. 1 out, first and third in the bottom half of the first inning as Aaron Judge and the Yankees face the Red Sox. So what else we got tonight? Let's see. I love Brian Daboll. Guys, if you're a Giant fan, you got to love Brian Daboll. I think watching him get on his quarterback on the sidelines, sit players who aren't producing. I like the guy. I don't know if Gumani Lou's still out there, but Gumani Lou, I don't know how you feel, but so far, I like this guy. We're winning. The attitude's changing. And, if you dog it, you ain't playing. And, Kenny Galladay's comments this week or any indication, he won't be on this team much longer. We'll get to that. We'll talk Judge. Again, we want to know, what would you do if you caught 61 or 62? What would you do with the ball? Would you give it back for some swag? Are you taking it home and selling it? Are you selling it? What are you doing with that ball? Let us know. We'll talk a lot about again, Sunday, we'll talk about Jets and Giants. Again, we'll go around the NFL. Plenty to talk about here on a Thursday night. Yeah, I got to tell you, Lou, I've been impressed with the attitude. Again, he's made a couple. He made a couple calls that have worked out, but so far, I haven't seen any blunders coaching. I love the way he's handling the team. I love the fact that Galladay basically sat. I'm excited. But here's one thing: I love this coordinator. I like Wink. Wink's my guy. He's Rex without the bullshit. I like this Wink guy. He's not bad. Hey. Yeah, to home park at East Shore Little League. Wink kid, Leonard. Yeah, guys, you know what? Again, I said it before. If you're the Yankees or baseball, you can't expect anybody to hand you that ball back. The Major League Baseball, the Yankees, Aaron Judge, none of them have made any sort of, you know, hey, give backs to the fans. Like I said, these tickets are more than $99 each. Ain't nobody selling 99-cent hot dogs or hamburgers or beers at the stadium. Aaron Judge ain't giving no home team discount. Why should a fan? If you catch that ball out there, folks, take it home, hire an attorney, put it up on auction, offer it back, and tell them to start writing a check, starting at $2 million. So that's what I would be doing. So hopefully we'll get to see some history tonight as we watch the Yankees and the Mets, the Yankees and the Red Sox, excuse me. And as I wait for Jeff, he's running, like I said, running a little late for a union meeting. Let me just go through a couple things here I wanted to broach. Let me see. Again, Yankees up right now. Yankees are up 6.5, I believe, in 5.5. We got no real races. Let's see. Let's see. No, I guess a little bit of a race in Chicago, Cleveland, but nope, I don't see anything there. Again, the best race is Mets. Mets and the Braves. Both teams are obviously going to make the playoffs. San Diego finishing 21 games out. Milwaukee's hanging on to a thread, but it's that time. It's postseason baseball time. We'll get into breaking down the postseason probably next week or week after, as we get closer to the playoffs. But if you're a New York fan, I think you got a legit chance, a real legit chance of having a Subway Series. And this one, again, Mets got to be the favorite with their rotation. I mean, Bassett at 3, that's a tough rotation, but you got to face those two guys 2 times in a 7-game series. I wouldn't want to be in the end of that one. So, good, lots of fun here, guys. Hard Rocket Sports. Tom by himself until Jeff pops up. Hopefully, he'll be on his way shortly. In the meantime, I'll do my best to talk you through it, and we'll keep our eyes on the game. Again, I want to get back to the streaming service thing. Again, I heard today some people talking about how they were going to try to get some look-ins, but you can't get look-ins in the streaming service. So when the game's, let's say, on Apple TV tomorrow night, you basically, if you don't sign up for Apple TV, and I don't know if it's free or you got to put your credit card up and cancel. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I hope he hits 2 tonight because, I don't want to do that. I'm actually hoping he doesn't hit them until Saturday. I'd rather than be on a Yankee game on Yes. But this streaming service stuff, guys, we're headed for paying for games. I mean, that's the bottom line. What we're headed for in football, what we're heading for in baseball are basically you'll get your national games, and then if you want to watch the Yankees, you're going to pay a fee. Not that you're not paying it now with a cable, but I think you're going to see a lot of the games on streaming services. And I'd say the same thing with football. At some point, you will pay to watch your team's games. And don't tell me I'm wrong, because it's going to happen. These services have to make their money back. And but I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I'm a big flipper. Like I'm watching the Yankee game. I'm going to flip back and forth between innings. Maybe there's another game. I'll watch the Mets. Maybe a hockey game will be on, or maybe a show. When you're on the streaming services, you can't do it, and I think that's part. And then there's people like my dad who can't get on them. And I just think it's terrible. And one of these days it'll be on the postseason. You'll have to go to Amazon Prime or Apple TV or Direct TV or some sort of package to watch games. I think it's all wrong. It's all wrong. So, Red Sox up in the 2nd inning. Jameson Tyone facing Martinez. JD Martinez is out. KK. As we chase history here with Aaron Judge. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I hope you're out there watching and rooting for Aaron and to make history. It's just, guys, 95 years, 3 guys hitting 60. It's amazing. It's history. So we'll keep it going. If you guys have something you want to talk about, pop it up on the screen. In the meantime, I'll talk a little football here. You anybody watch the Giants this Sunday? I thought again, ugly win, but a win. These are games, these first two, that easily the Giants could have lost the last couple of years. I mean, easily could have lost. Um, you know, you watch it, they win it with defense. They ran obviously the first game, they Saquon had a great game the first week. And not a great game, but a really good second half. And when it mattered, they made plays. This is a team that over the last 10 years has not made plays when it mattered. That last run by Daniel Jones, while he gets killed for a lot of things, he's a very athletic kid who moves well. And that's a play in years past that he would have came up 2 yards short of the first down or got sacked in the backfield when he didn't need to be. And he got a first down and put the game away. And again, this is a team that is learning to win. And good for them. I thought it was a great win. The defense, I mean, he went from 6 defensive backs. He's bringing safeties from all over the place. A good job and a great scheme. And I love the fact that this team and this coaching staff makes adjustments at halftime. All right, ain't working in the first half. All right, we'll fix it in the second half. And that's huge. So, again, if you're a Giant fan, you got to be excited for the future. Now, again, our receiving core is when James or David Sills are your top receivers. The fact that Darius Slayton can't get on the field, the fact that Kenny Golladay, $72 million Kenny Golladay, can't get on the field, that's a shame. But that's just being the relics of the old regime. And I don't blame Gettleman for Kenny Golladay. He was the best receiver available. Somebody's trying to call me right now. I got Jeff trying to call me. Hold on a second. Yo, man, what's up? Okay. The link's already there. I sent it to you a while ago. You're up. Whenever you're ready. Take your time. We're on. Yeah, I'm talking to everybody right now. They're waiting for you. You got it, pal. All right, that's Jeff. He'll be on in a couple seconds. But yeah, these are still some things to work out. I mean, they don't have a legit tight end on the staff right now. There's on a roster. And they're finding ways to win. And, they did it without arguably their two best defensive pass rushers. So hopefully we're going to get those guys back this week. So we'll see. I mean, this Giant team, they're competitive. They're tenacious, and they've won so far. Now, the next two games are winnable. Can you beat Dallas on Monday night? Normally, I'd say no. Cooper Rush in Giant Stadium, bringing the defense. I like the Giants this week. And then you get the Bears at home. And then it gets a little tougher. But even I think week 5, they're out in London against the Packers, which the Giants usually play well out there. But they are facing the Packers who have their own issues. And again, we're going to go around the league and lots of issues around the league. But, this Giant team legitimately could be 3-1, 3-2, 4-1. Again, I'm not picking playoffs at this point, but it's just much more fun to watch. Now, again, I was still screaming at the TV the other day. Lots of things to fix, but you got to like the fact that they're finding ways to win these games. And these two games are very indicative of years past where the Giants just lost these games. These are games. And look at that game last year against Washington, opening second week 2. They had the game. It's basically it's over. And Dexter Lawrence gets called for an imaginary offsides. The guy gets another chance, kicks the field goal, and wins it. These are games the Giants would lose for years now. Not last year, the year before, for 9 or 10 years. And now they're winning them. So I think it's huge. So I'm looking forward to Giant football every week. I think Saquon's back. I think we just got to get Daniel Jones some weapons. He doesn't have them. If you look around, David Sills, Richie James, good players, they're not number ones. We need a number one out there somehow. I don't know if Joe Shane can pull off a trade. I don't know how you do it this year. Probably you don't. But we got to find something in there to open it up and give this team a chance. But I think they're going to be competitive. Whether to win 7, 8, 9, 10 games, I don't know yet. We'll see. Thanks for hanging in there. Jeff will be around a little bit. We'll get them. We'll do a lot more talk on the baseball game. It's in commercial right now, and we'll come back. We'll keep you updated on that as we go. In the meantime, Jeff and I will be talking a little bit of football. I got some notes. Let me get some of my notes here. Here's an interesting one. So the NFL suspended Kansas City linebacker Willie Gay 4 games for violating the league's personal conduct policy. Gay was arrested in January for misdemeanor property damage after he broke a vacuum cleaner. He got 4 games for breaking a vacuum cleaner, and Deshaun Watson got 11 games for being a serial perv. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about the NFL and being clueless. So a guy breaks a vacuum, he gets 4 games. A guy is a serial perv accused by 24 women of forcible touching or inappropriate behavior, and he gets 11 games. How Deshaun Watson didn't get the season, I'll never figure it out. That's just, the player and his lawyers threatened to sue, go to court, and football just said, all right, we're going to give you the most we can give you, but we won't suspend you for the year so you don't lose all the money, blah, 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 blah. This is what you call stupid justice. 4 games for Willie Gay Jr. for damaging a vacuum cleaner during incident with argument with the mother of his child. No one was harmed. 4 games. I don't know, folks. Again, the Yankees are up, bottom of the second inning. Harrison Bader pops up to center. I like the way this guy plays the game as he just 2 outs with Stanton on first base. Oh, boy. Let's see. Again, the Jets. Listen, guys, I'm mixed bag on the Jet game. First off, it's a great win. Listen, no matter how you play it, they scored whatever it was, 14, 15 points in the final minute and change to win the game. I thought Cleveland lost the game more than the Jets won it. Again, Chubb, fall down, don't score a touchdown. Keep the Jets from hitting a 75-yard bomb, and the Browns win the game. It's that simple. And they don't. And but Vinny looked like Vinny. I mean, I gotta tell you, still got a cannon, still can throw the football. Very, very good. I have to tell you, you can't do better than Vinny. Oh my God, Joe Flacco. Flacco did a nice job and a good win by Jets. And I agree with Mike and the boys from Hemp Wizard. Yeah, Garrett Wilson's going to be a stud. I think the Jets have the makings of a really good roster. In fact, I think they have a better roster than the Giants. I mean, if you go up and down that roster, potentially it's better. I mean, the Giants will get better. It'll be better. Give Joe Shane and Brian Dable a couple years. This will be a talented team. The money will get right. But right now, the Jets, it's going to come down to Zach Wilson. Can Zach Wilson be the quarterback that the Jets need? If he's not, I don't know. Then who knows at this point? Let's see. I'm just scouring here for something. Again, Hard Rocket Sports. Tom by himself. Jeff should be up in a minute or two. And we'll be on the air with you for about another hour and change. And glad to have you guys with us. Again, talking a lot of Yankees, Aaron Judge, Jets, Giants. We'll get to a little football. Again, remember Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock is be John Mahefka, Jeff, myself, and our good buddy Rafael Esparza when we do the Sunday Audible. So make sure you come on back every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. and check us out on our football-only show every Sunday morning. We give you the best insights and our unique takes. And, of course, Rafael's up there to give you a lot of betting from his view as the head odds maker at mybookie.ag. So make sure, come on back on Sundays. We'll talk a lot of football with you. Let's see. Again, so, we got a little bit of life. We got a lot of life in the baseball world, and we get a little bit of life in the football world. And it's nice to finally get some New York teams winning. Nobody follows hockey, unfortunately. The Rangers haven't been a bad team. The Knicks have been terrible, other than a couple years ago. They had a little bit of a run. I think Jeff just popped up. Let's get him right on the phone. He's right on the air. He's my buddy and back from his union meeting. And, of course, he's the backbone of the Hard Rock Sports Show. Hey, Jeff Delwinski. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? I will now only be addressed and answered to when I am called Sauce.
Sauce. Yeah.
Sauce.
Yeah, give you sauce. Yeah, you're getting sauce shit on this end. Hefe, got to do it. We'll start the show all over again for the most part and say, Jeff, how was your week?
You don't want to know. It wasn't a very good week. Forced to walk yesterday at work, 8 fucking miles.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Forced, like that gun to your head, forced to walk, or like
might as well. 8 miles. 8 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 out and 4 back, or straight 8?
No, not straight 8. I'd be dead if it was a straight 8. But it doesn't really matter.
No, not at our age, my friend. Not at our age. It doesn't matter.
No, sure. No, it does not.
Yes, Mikey. Yes, Mikey and Joe. He is the man with the glorious beard. Jeff, do your promo, man. Get your stuff up there. Tell everybody about how and what you use.
Well, this is what it's all about right here, man. I'm using Cushman's. Makes the beer soft, smell good, and everything else. And then I got this oil. This is the oil for the show, which we still have not given a proper name.
It's very true. We need to come up with a proper name.
We do have to get in touch with the other fella there from Pittsburgh.
Yes, we do.
And see what it is he wants to name this. But listen, Hemp Wizard Beard Co. It's the way you got to go. If you got facial hair, say you got facial hair, your mom, your grandma, whoever. This is the shit that you want to be using on it, especially grandmas, because it's wiry.
It's wiry.
Make it nice and soft.
And they also have a very nice line of skincare products. So,
yes.
So with the holidays coming up, and you're looking to get somebody in your life who's got a nice beard or loves to take care of their skin, please reach out to our friends at Hemp Wizard Beard Care Co. They have a great line of stuff. It's soon to be the Sunday Audible version, and we'll let you know as that gets done, and we'll talk to Mike and see what we can do to help. But in the meantime, make sure you support all of our friends of the show, and especially those guys. Like Jeff said, I've been in front of Jeff, and his beard is glorious.
There you go.
So I will say that. So make sure you support all of our friends who support us and buy their products. And again, the holidays around the corner, Jeff. I can't believe I'm saying that, but we are less than 100 days to Christmas. We are less than 2 months from Thanksgiving. I can't believe we're talking about it.
Yeah. I look at this, man. I'm trying to catch up on the conversation here.
Mm-hmm.
And listen,
we've been talking a lot of baseball. We did a lot of,
I see that,
which I'll go back to a little bit. We started talking a little Jets and Giants, so we'll get to that. But the holidays are around the corner, my man. I mean, it's crazy. I can't believe we're about to start talking about.
Well, first of all, the holiday season has started. See, this is the thing. This is what I want to push on the world. Okay.
Go ahead.
Everybody says that the holidays start when? When do the holidays start?
Well, to me, it's November 1st. To me, it's around November 1st.
That's wrong.
Okay. Why am I wrong?
Holidays start in October, and I'll explain why.
Please.
Okay. Halloween. They sell lights for Halloween. People decorate for Halloween. Halloween is a holiday, and it starts in October. That's where it all starts in October. It's where people start decorating their houses. You get pumpkins. You get a whole bunch of different stuff going on in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Make the house look nice and cozy and warm. I mean, look, I got my guy right here. My wife got me this guy. He stays out.
He looks actually like the Hemp Wizard.
He does look like the Hemp Wizard a little bit. But he stays out all the time. That's one thing. Mm-hmm. Second, you have a Charlie Brown special.
We do.
Charlie Brown specials only happen during the holiday season.
That's true.
It's the great punk Charlie Brown.
One of the classics.
Exactly.
One of the classics.
Okay. You got a couple other Halloween shows that come on. Nothing major, but
no.
It is what it is. But that's the real start, and that's what should be recognized because you got holidays in October, November, December, January.
Yep.
And to me, it all culminates. What's the last day of the holiday season to you?
That's a great question. Well, to me, it's the day I take my tree down, which is usually a week after New Year's.
A week after New Year's?
Yes, I take my tree down just like usually the week after. So, like this year, I think Christmas Day is a Monday or Sunday. I think it's a Sunday. So I will leave my tree up that week and take it down the following weekend.
Wow.
That will signal to me the end of the holiday season.
All right. It's because you're an atheist and don't believe in Jesus. That's why you take your tree down so early. Okay, that's wrong.
Was it Little Christmas is what, the 6th?
Doesn't matter when Little Christmas is. You don't take your tree down on Martin Luther King Day.
Oh, is that true? January 15th or so,
Yeah,
18th?
something like that, yeah.
So you bring it
up to Martin Luther King Day.
So you bring in Martin into the mix.
Hey, gotta get used to this shit, man. They're pushing it.
Yeah.
And even then, it could be a Martin Luther King tree.
That's very true. A couple of tweaks, and the next thing you know, you got the Martin Luther King tree.
Yeah. I will. I'm not going to say this one on the air.
Please don't.
So when it comes to our house.
Yes.
But I'm going to send it to you in private. So please continue.
I'll continue. Again, yeah, but the Hard Rock and Sports Show. We have a lot of fun with the holidays. We'll celebrate on the air like we always do. This year, I'd like to try to do a real Christmas show. I honestly, I've been toying with this one. I almost want to do like an old Bob Hope or Dean Martin Christmas special where we have different people come on and maybe tell some jokes or sing some songs and carols. I think we're gonna do a Hard Rock and Sports Christmas special.
I just sent you a private message.
Oh my God. I think I know what you're gonna say, and I hope do exactly. We have grown up together, George. I knew exactly what you were going to go for, and you did not disappoint. not even a little bit. You completely get right in the line of fire that I thought you were going to.
Oh my God. Well, now that I got that out of my system.
Okay. So yes, we have to plan a Hard Rock and Sports throwback show to the 70s and 60s where they did the kind of the variety show. I think we're going to have maybe live someplace. I'm actually thinking about doing it live.
Hey, listen, I want a smoking jacket.
That's fine. You can wear a smoking jacket.
Ben, I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm thinking a Christmas special at like Juicy Lucy's, bringing in entertainment, having some interviews, people singing Christmas carols, Elf on the Shelf, the whole bit.
Well, I'm not thinking Elf on the Shelf. That may be a little degrading to short people. You know who I'm talking about now. Yes. I'm not going to hide this one. But I'm thinking something completely different, Tom. I'm thinking off the wall here.
All right,
you ready?
Go ahead.
A fireplace.
Yep.
A little stool.
Okay.
And a crutch. Which way am I going with this?
We're gonna have Tiny Tim hanging on the set with us.
Tim, but I don't know anybody named Tiny Tim. I don't know anybody named. I know guys named Tim. They're actually kind of tall.
Okay.
I'm thinking, having a tiny Dom.
That would be good. We got to make this happen. I think we got to find a place, and we got to do a. We have to do a little bit of an old-fashioned Christmas show. And I think we got to make that happen. I don't think we're going to do bands and stuff, but I think it would be nice to maybe get a couple of people playing guitars and Christmas carols. Santa shows up. Tiny Dom's there.
Tiny Dom
shows up all dressed up with his crutches and the whole bit. I think it might be. I think we got to think about this one.
What is it that Tiny Tim said? Merry Christmas to all, and something. I can't remember what he said.
Yes, I'm trying to.
Shit. God bless us, each and every one. I
think. Close. God bless us, everyone.
Each and every one.
No, not each. Just God bless us, everyone.
Well, I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'm gonna get it for you right out of here. Hold on. I'm gonna do this right here. YouTube. I'm gonna YouTube it right now, Jeff. Either that or a Spinal Tap Christmas, one or the other. I haven't decided yet. Tiny Tim Scrooge. God bless us, everyone. That's exactly what he says.
Oh, I don't know.
Hold on, I'm going to play it for you.
While your new double oven is taking care of dinner and dessert, you're remembering how to tie.
My dear. Hey, Tim.
It'll be the finest pudding in the whole of London this Christmas, and the goose will be the finest goose. And ours will be the finest Christmas. Here's the punch, all steaming hot. No, take your turn, one and all, if you please. There's enough for one toast now and another after that.
There, bravo. There's bounty for you. I declare, I'd like to know how many families of our acquaintance could boast. Now, everybody got his drink?
Yes.
Good. But before I give the toast, I have a piece of momentous information for all. Dignity, a son of the house, to advise him that I have...
What next, I wonder?
Then a toast, my love, my dearies, to our Merry Christmas. God bless us.
God bless us. God bless us, everyone.
And again,
first of all, that's not even the fucking.
That's
one that I'm
Scrooge.
talking
That's the real Scrooge. That's Alistair Cook Scrooge. God bless us, everyone. That's it.
Alistair who?
That's Alistair Sims.
All right. First of all,
Go ahead.
The real Scrooge
Yeah.
is Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo.
Yeah. And that's who we're talking about.
Hold on. All right. Now I got to put Mr. Magoo Scrooge. Okay. Hold on. See if we can find Mr. Magoo. I haven't seen this in 100 years. Let's see, Mr. Magoo, Scrooge, Tiny Tim.
All those other Scrooges were just prototypes.
All right, let's see. Let's see if this is the one.
What is keeping your father and your brother, Tiny Tim?
With razzleberry dress, the tree of stars.
Knowing we're together, heart in hand, we'll have the one. God bless us.
God bless us. God bless us, everyone.
What's wrong with that boy?
All right.
I thought he said each and every one.
No, it's God bless us, everyone. So
Okay.
listen, just for the record, I have shown you the light, but I think we're going to have a Hard Rocket Sports Christmas special this year. Whether we do it on the air or we drag ourselves out to a bar or some sort of fine establishment and do a little something, we'll have to figure it out. But I think it's time to get back out into the people. We haven't been amongst the people in a long time.
No, we haven't. But COVID has something to do with that.
I got you, but it's 3 years. It's 3 years since we did our last benefit.
Yeah, yes, it's
November
been a
19th.
while. You know what? We got to start talking some sports here.
All right, let's
I have something on my chest
Go
since
ahead.
Sunday.
It's you go ahead, proclaim your team winning the Super Bowl. Give us all.
And
the
here's my
bull-
wife. She'll be cutting across the back of the screen. Let me get out of the way. Hold on.
Hi, Sharon.
There she goes. There she goes.
Hi, Sharon.
She's going to get my on-air partner.
There you go. You're on there, partner,
Can't
hanging on the
stay
bed there.
She's got to go downstairs. My little Basil, there she goes. Go ahead, Kicks. I'll see you in a little bit.
Bye,
Careful.
Tom.
Bye, Sharon.
There you were again across the screen.
So
Anyway.
go ahead. You're You're full of life. Go ahead. Give it to us.
For the first time since 2001, a span of over 2,000 games,
Here we go.
a team
Here we go.
came back to win the game being down by 13 or more.
Here.
And that team, does anybody in the audience, anybody know? Anyone?
You just chased everybody off. Everybody just
Whatever.
everybody
The
shut
New
the
York
radios
Jets-
off. Yeah.
The New York Jets have totally arrived. They have hit the scene. They've stayed composed. They didn't panic. Joe Flacco, it's just a shame that Joe Flacco is like 137 years old at this point in time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he engineered a game-winning drive. Garrett Wilson, I think is by next year at this time we're going to be talking about one of the league leaders as at receiver, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that victory should be acknowledged. What they did, did you see it?
I did not see it live. I was watching at that. What was I watching at that point? Was I watching the Giants? I was watching the Giant game for the most part.
I was going to say probably an infomercial like most of the other people because they thought it was done.
No, I flip it back and forth. It's just every time I flip back to the Jet game, it was in a commercial. I could never catch it where they weren't in commercial. Now, again, I think I said I think it was a great game. A great win. I won't say a great game. I'll say a great win by the Jets. That's a game that you that you could put on your bulletin board and all that. But I said I think the Browns lost it more than I thought the Jets won it, and I'll tell you why.
Well, go ahead, because you know what? I got to be honest with you. I understand what you're saying, and I have to agree with you. When there's two Browns defenders jogging, I mean, they weren't going to catch them, but they didn't even attempt it.
No.
They scored 2 touchdowns in less than 2 minutes, by the way, Josh.
But here's the thing. If Nick Chubb doesn't score the touchdown and falls down,
game's over.
Game's over.
The game should have been over. Game should have been over.
100%. But even after that, if they force the Jets to march down the field instead of giving up, what's the one thing you don't do in that spot, Jeff? Nobody gets behind you. You don't let anybody score a 75-yard bomb that takes no time off the clock. There's the problem number 2. And then problem number 3 is you don't give up a third score, the onside kick. I mean,
listen, we could go down the list of what they shouldn't have done, but they didn't do any of it.
I got you.
Okay. What 100%. They did do is they let that guy blown coverage. Flacco recognized it and just dropped it right in.
Oh, great throws. Great throws.
Practically walked into the end zone from where he was because nobody 100%. Went after him.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Then you're talking about the onside kick. One thing that nobody realized, and I didn't realize it either until I watched a video of it, okay? Mm-hmm. That onside kick almost went out of bounds.
Yes.
And the Jet player pushed it back inbounds so to keep the play alive. Mm-hmm. So that was smart move on his part, and it just so happens that a New York Jet got the ball. Just like Cleveland, I don't know. I'm not going to say they gave up because that's not what happened, but it was just a total breakdown.
Oh, 100%.
When they were playing the last minute or so, and the Jets just went down the field like methodically, just no panic.
Yeah,
they didn't panic, and that's the thing that shows growth to me in a team.
Mm-hmm.
That now I would have liked to have seen Zach Wilson quarterback that team to the win without a doubt.
Oh, sure,
but he's not playing; he's injured, so we had Joe Flacco. But the whole thing is that the sideline didn't look upset, didn't look nervous. The team on the field didn't look upset or nervous, and they just went down and did what they had to do. And that throw to Gary Wilson, whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, yeah, Gary Wilson.
Just unbelievable.
Oh,
unbelievable show.
No,
unbelievable throw. And to watch the video, the replay is one thing. To have seen it in person, it just had a completely different feel to it.
Oh, of course.
I sincerely think that was the growth of a team right there, that game, big time.
I won't disagree. Again, we'll just cut into the Yankees game here. Judge is up in the bottom of the third inning, excuse me. 3-2. He's 3-2 at the plate. They actually seem to be pitching to him in this at bat, so I'll keep you updated. Jeff, I agree with you. That it's a maturation process. It's a game that they would normally lose. They would have no chance. Normally the Jets and Aaron Judge walks for the second time. Michael Wacha is a pussy. That's a game that the Jets would have normally had no chance to win. No. I'll say this though. They did not look great for the first, 58 minutes. It was not great football by the Jets. I thought the defense did not play well this week after a great opening week. But to come back and win a game like that is still impressive. And it shows them they did not get disheartened. It gives a little bit to the coaching staff. But I don't want to have the false hope for myself on this one.
No, listen, everything you're saying, I agree with, and I'm not saying I know. I said, hold on. Whoa,
Nice.
baby.
Nice. Warmed himself right up.
Yeah, I know that I said some things to you, but I meant them.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. That's one thing. Second of all, in all seriousness, listen, it's a small step. They got to take
absolutely.
a lot of steps, but they took the first small step. This shows a team that knows that they got to head in the right direction. Keeping your poise while on the field and doing something that hasn't been done in God knows how long is a big thing to me.
Oh, 100%.
Now what we need to see is Zach Wilson do it, and we need to see it happen more often. But you know what? You brought up a point which needs to be addressed. The first 58 minutes of the game, and I hear you, but you know something? You have to.
You play 60 minutes.
They have to get to that point where they want to play for 60 minutes.
Correct.
But they showed up for the last 2 minutes, and that's bottom line and reflected in the score.
Yeah. No, and nothing. And again, don't take the win. Don't take anything out from the win. They played. They won the game, and that's it. Again, I thought the Browns were poorly coached and did an incredibly bad job on all fronts, but the Jets still won the game. So I'm going to give them credit. And again, I want to see something this week, but this week I want to see a more complete win. This is a Bengals team that they're facing at home that have not looked good. You know, it makes us both. I don't know how you felt. I have to go back and look at your notes. I had high hopes for Cincinnati this year. I didn't necessarily pick them to win the Super Bowl, but I easily thought they would win the division. And right now at 0-2, this is a huge game for Cincinnati.
I believe we both had them as the division winner, but I got to be honest with you. And I mean, and of course, at this point in time, it doesn't really mean anything because I didn't say it sooner. But I just didn't have complete confidence in that team. And the reason why I said that they would win the division is because I didn't think Pittsburgh was going to do it. I didn't think that Cleveland was going to do it.
Yep.
Okay. Baltimore with what's his face, the quarterback, Lamar Jackson, not having a long-term deal and probably being pissed off and slighted, you know, and he'll be the next one to scrub his social media of all things Ravens.
Yeah.
Led me to believe that, you know what, that this may not be an altogether, and especially since they fell apart last year, giving the division basically to Cincinnati. But I got to be honest, Tom, I'm not 100% behind Cincinnati. It's not like I see this team going 13-4, 14-3. I just figured that maybe they would have been 10-7, 11-6 kind of record.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest with you. Starting to look like they were the Cinderella team last year.
You're right. Can't argue that point because what I've seen so far this year is a team that's taking a step backwards. Their offensive line's still not playing well enough. Yeah. Joe Burrow has not played Joe Burrow-like football. He's got the weapons out there. They lost an ugly game to the Steelers in the first week, and then to lose this week was ridiculous. This is a big game for both. See, this is a bigger game for Cincinnati than it is for the Jets. Nobody's expecting the Jets to win a lot of these games, so the Jets are playing with house money. They're at home. This is a must. I know it's early and nobody's running away with the division. Everybody's 1-1, but this is a must win. I think they got to come out of this with a W just to turn things around.
Well, yeah, they do.
Think about it, Jeff. When you get to that habit of losing, it's hard to change that. As a Giant fan, as a Jet fan, we both know. It's you get into that groove of losing every week. It's hard to spin that back. So to me, this is a winnable game for both teams. I'm expecting bigger things out of Cincinnati because I think the Jets kind of got lucky last week, but luck's all part of it. And I'll be surprised if this is not a competitive football game that comes down to the last quarter.
It might, but listen, everybody at this point in time thought the Jets were going to be 0-2.
Yeah, of course,
and without a chance. And I'm not saying that they're going to go 3-1 because that would be stupid. All right, they need to play one game at a time and not look too far ahead no matter what's going on. But I've got to be honest with you. All right, they beat Cleveland. All right. Let's see what happens against Cincinnati. And let's see what happens against Pittsburgh. Neither one of these are juggernauts, the next two teams that they're playing. I just don't see it, to be honest with you. Each one of those three teams has issues.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Jets can win these games. They are winnable games.
Sure.
But they are also losable games.
I think if you're the Jets, you'll settle for 2-2. You want 3-1. You just don't want to go 1-3.
No, of course not. You don't want to go 1-3, but you want to know something. 1-3. I don't know. Even if they go 1-3, I don't know if they're going to play as a 1-3 team.
Well, I
think that this is something. What happened Sunday is something to light them up and get them going in the right direction.
And we're going to find out. I think that's the important thing. Do you build on that this Sunday? Do you go out there and you play a better foot, win or lose? You go out there and you play a better game. You show signs of having a functioning offense. You played the defense like you played it week one. The week one defense was great. It got worn down and it got scored on, but it was late when it happened. This week's defense wasn't the same. So I want to see a build of both things, win or lose this game. And to me, this is a winnable game for them. If they sneak this one out, I'd be impressed because this is a game that they shouldn't have been on the schedule to win. But I tell them I think they had every shot in the world to win this one.
Oh, I do. I think that it's also at this point in time, it's going to be more of a Cincinnati loss, if anything,
maybe
than a Jets win, unless it's a handy win. You got Mixon right now, who I'm having a lot of mixed emotions about because I want to see this guy run for like 400 yards and like 9 touchdowns in a game for our own benefit. But I can't root for him to go that way, against the Jets. Yeah. But I think the Jets are a good team to stop the run. So, listen, it's anything could happen, man. Anything could happen. But let's see what happens on Sunday. And, that this brings us to another team now that we need to talk about, which is the Giants.
Yep.
Who are letting me down. They're letting me down. I thought by now they would be like 0-7 after week 2. To be honest with you,
looks so bad that they got him at 7 games.
Yeah, exactly. And what's going on? I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yep.
I think Brian Dable. I read this today. Okay, a lot of people can't understand what it is that he's doing with the receivers.
Yep.
Now, you got Golladay, who is benched. I feel as though I firmly believe that maybe they should have tried to trade him, but they're not. He's too much money.
Yeah, I can't trade
him. They're stuck with him. You got that Kadarius Toney. They say he's injured or he has an injury or his nagging injury, whatever it is. Rendell, how do you pronounce that in the guy's name? I don't even know.
Which guy are you talking about?
The rookie from like last year or whatever.
Wandale Robinson.
Wandale Robinson.
Yep.
These are 3 guys that have yet to play. And they're leaning on Barkley a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Barkley gets hurt. This is bad for them.
Oh, sure.
And, Daniel Jones, he's been playing good, but are they sold on him? I don't see it. I just don't see it.
No, they're not. And Dable said it. He's had moments. And there's been a couple of what are you thinking about moments? He missed a wide open receiver in an end zone. Nearly threw a terrible pick the other day. And then threw a terrible pick in week 1. But for the most part, he's been much better, not making big mistakes. And he's made some plays. I mean, Jeff, I'm sure you didn't see the end of the game, but he made a really nice play at the end of that game to get a first down on a play where, the offensive line completely broke down and put the game away. Got the first down and they ran the clock out. He's made plays. He's been good, but you can't in this league throw for 180 yards a week and think you're going to win every week. You're going to have to score some points to win. And, they've been playing great defense, but that's going to wear out. And you're going to have to put some points on the board once in a while. Not every week, but a lot of weeks you got to score some points. And, listen, these are 2 games that the Giants in the years past would have lost.
Yeah.
These are games that they would have lost. And they found a way to win.
And they're working hard and they're doing what they got to do. But you know what? One thing I will say,
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say that they had an easy schedule or anything of that nature, but the NFL is, I think, this year a different animal compared to other years. You have a lot of different injuries. You have some quarterbacks in Rodgers and Brady that might be regressing only because of their age. Okay, you have not Brady, but Brady who doesn't have Gronk anymore, 45 years old. He's got other things on his mind other than football, regardless of what he'll ever tell you. That's one thing. Then you got Rodgers, who doesn't have any receivers. Like, they waited for him to sign his deal, his contract, his extension, and then they trade away his number one receiver. I do not understand that at all.
Yeah. I get. I agree with you on that one. That's
You know what I would have done if I was him? If I was Aaron Rodgers at that point in time, if I didn't, they didn't tell me about that before I signed, and I signed my deal, and they're like, "All right, man, you're here for another 2 years. Great. Oh, by the way, we're trading him right now. He's gone."
Yeah.
I would have been like, "Yeah, cool. You better make that a 1-day contract because I'm fucking retiring. Fuck you guys. See you later." And I would have walked out the door.
Yeah, again, listen. As you run through the league, I mean, Minnesota looks like world beaters beating Green Bay opening week, and then this week they come out and they get completely steamrolled by the Eagles.
Yeah, and you know what else, Rodgers? I would have done if I was Rodgers.
What?
I would have really blown their fucking minds. I'm going back to college, and I'm going to go try out for the football team.
He should have went to business with Brett Favre.
Well, whatever.
Did you hear that whole thing about Brett Favre?
No, I didn't. That must have been something new.
Yeah. It's found out that he and some politician conspired to steal basically $77 million in like welfare funds and use it for his old college's need a new like volleyball building or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how was Brett Favre involved with this?
Well, he's the one who was talking to this politician about using the money. Looks like he's going to go to jail.
Brett Favre?
Yeah.
Really? Where did this pop up?
It's a couple weeks old. I haven't been really following it till today, but
I didn't see it out anywhere.
Yeah. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen for you. We can kind of look at it together. Favre.
This is the first that I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, what we know about Brett Favre and his texts in Mississippi welfare scandal.
Wow.
Yeah, hold on. Let me bring it up on the screen for you.
Wow.
So it says, let me share this with you so we can share, Jeff. By the way,
where did you find this?
Huh?
Where did you find this?
I heard it's been on a couple of the news cycles. Let's see. I know you have a hard time reading that, so I'll try to bring it up a little bigger. The state of Mississippi is suing former NFL quarterback and Hall of Famer Brett Favre and others, alleging they misspent millions of dollars that had been allocated for welfare. Newly revealed text messages from 2017 indicate that former Mississippi governor Phil Bryant, who left office in 2020, was aware of the arrangement and that the money was intended to help low-income families.
Oh, boy.
That's the half man trying to call the show on his. I sent them the link because he was trying to. I guess he's trying to call. We no longer have the phone lines.
Well, here's some quick headlines that I just put in Brett Favre.
Yep.
Mississippi welfare scandal spreads well beyond Brett Favre.
Yep.
Thank you, sweetie. Here's some good ones. You ready?
Yep.
The media needs to treat Brett Favre like it did Michael Vick and Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, I saw that one too today. Yeah.
Text reveal former NFL quarterback Brett Favre's alleged role in welfare scheme. John Davis figure in Brett Favre related fraud scandal pleads guilty. Brands are quitting Brett Favre amid welfare scandal. Wow. And these are all 9 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
Yeah. This is all new stuff. This is all
New York Post says Sage Rosenfels takes shot at Brett Favre as key figure in Mississippi fraud case, pleads guilty.
Sage Rosenfeld. That's a name you haven't heard in a while.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard today there's a chance he can. Fraud's involved and this and that. And there's a chance he's going to go to jail. Crazy, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Who else is facing charges? Wow.
Well, I don't understand.
What?
Here's somebody already with millions of dollars.
Yep.
Okay. And I understand that when you're talking about $77 million or more, whatever it is, somebody might be inclined to take a chance. Okay. This guy here, basically, if he wanted to do anything, if he wanted to coach, he could probably coach.
Yeah.
If he wanted to become a sportscaster, a broadcaster, he could probably do it. He wanted to get on one of the pregame shows to get money, he could probably do it. This wipes out everything
Oh yeah.
that he's done if he's found guilty.
Yeah, and there's a guy who rebuilt his image. Don't forget, he had the whole dick pic scandal when he was back in the day when he played for the Jets, and he rebuilt his image from there to the point where he was again kind of a beloved figure. Now, not only is that all done, he may wind up in jail and the whole bit. So this is interesting. 52-year-old Brett Favre going to wind up in jail for a couple of years for swindling $77 million in welfare funds to build a football a volleyball stadium.
First of all, you embezzle $77 million. You don't go to jail for a few years.
Yeah.
Okay. Brett Favre won't even be out to collect Social Security. He'll be gone for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, ask what was his name, Bernie Madoff.
Yeah.
How embezzlement worked for him.
Yeah.
All right. And like I said, this is something that these guys, this happens, man.
Yeah.
See you later, bro. You're gone for a while.
Yeah. So again, that was a new story I wanted to get out there. But let's finish up with the Giants. Like I said, it's not been pretty, but they've won 2 games that they normally would lose. They have a chance the next couple games. They get Dallas without Dak Prescott at home this week. It should be a very interesting matchup. And then they get the Bears at home, who have not been juggernauts, to say the least. The Bears are 0-2 at this point, or 1-1. Chicago is 1-1 in a division of a lot of 1-1s. Everybody's 1-1 in that division, so we, as predicted, that division's up in the air a little bit. But I like the Giants' chances. I like the fact that they're playing fast. I love the fact that they're winning with running the football and playing defense, Jeff. What that'll mean at the end of the year, no idea. Well,
listen, I don't think that either team is playoff bound.
Oh, no. Definitely
I really don't. I will say that I think that the Giants have a better shot at making the playoffs than the Jets, only because of the problems in their division. But now I'm reading a lot of people are saying that Hurts over in Philly has really turned up his game. And
I opened the show with that a little bit to say, not only Hurts, but look what Tua did this week. 6 touchdowns, almost 500 yards passing.
That's 1 week. That's 1 week.
Again, I don't disagree with you, but the guy has played really well. You really can't complain. I mean, the way both of those guys have played. Now, Hurts, you're right, has completely changed the thought process. But people are now starting to get them into the Super Bowl mix.
Well, they said that a while ago about him being in the Super Bowl, if you remember.
Yes.
I'm just looking real quick. That was week 2. Who did the Dolphins played the Ravens?
Yep.
And listen, it was a Madden-esque game with a 42-38 score,
which was
against the Ravens.
Which was great for our fantasy team.
Yeah, it was. And listen, shit, I would like to see fucking Tua have that game.
Well, did you know that I want to say Tyreek Hill and Waddle, they each had like 7. It was exactly the same, like 7 catches, 171 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, exactly the same stats. 2 receivers on the same team. I mean, down to the same amount of yards. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Yeah, listen, I think that, these teams, like Philly, here's the thing with Philly, okay? And I don't care what anybody says.
Yep.
You had Dallas go down. Dak went down.
Uh-oh.
Okay, they got, what's the matter?
The half man's popped up from the hospital room.
Oh, boy. On video?
On video. You ready for him?
Get him up there.
All right, so you figured out the half man, we see masks, We got glasses. We got hospital rooms. Dom, how you feeling?
Like shit, brother. Like shit.
I'm
What
sorry
is
to
wrong
hear
with
that.
you?
What's
What
wrong?
is the matter?
What are they trying to? What are they looking for? Brains?
There's a lot of swelling going on all over my body. I'm retaining water, and they're just trying to figure out why it's not emptying my body.
Wow. Okay.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good, Dom. Well, I know. Today you said they ruled out any heart issues, right? So that's
Yeah,
good
my
news.
heart came back clean.
Okay, that's good
Good
news.
thing.
That's good to hear, Dom. We're glad to hear that. So
How do you feel otherwise? Like you sound all right? Are you having issues breathing or anything?
No, I'm just in pain.
Man, that sucks, man.
yeah, Dom, that really blows, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know until I saw your posted before I went on the air about that one they gave you a clean bill of health for the heart, but they were still trying to find out why you're.
Why are you wearing a mask?
Do they require you to wear a mask in the hospital?
When you're traveling, yeah, but personal reasons right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, as long as you're semi all right, we're hoping to get you out of there. You said they may be releasing you tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow. It'll be another couple of days.
Okay.
That sucks.
Well, we got to keep you there, Dom, until you're feeling better. No reason to get out of there too soon and not know what's going on and get you fixed.
Yeah, don't rush out and then have to fucking keep going back in and everything. You know what I mean?
Way to jump back in at Mike Weissman. Now, my first thought when you were in the hospital was maybe it was the fact that your team has started out so badly.
Oh, by the way, they didn't lose by double digits. You owe me dinner.
I'll send you Jello.
No. Jeff, yes or no?
We'll get you a fruit cup for your 0-2.
Keep me out of this. I'm not involved in this. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Jeff's
Oh, come on, fat man. I bet you can find it on a videotape.
Listen, hold on, Tom. Let me take care of this, please.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Listen to me, dickhead. All I got to do is come up there to see you with a fucking rubber band, put it around one of them hoses connected to your fat ass at this point in time, and you'll have more trouble. So be nice.
Jeff's going to stop by, drop you off some green Jello and Slim Jims. We'll call it even.
There you go.
And then squirt you in the nuts with a fucking water gun every time they come to change you.
They have played like shit the first 2 weeks. They could have won the first game. They were driving down, only down by 5. And Carr, 3 bad picks, throwing into triple coverage to get the ball to Devontae Adams. And I did say, I called his first game, 10 catches, 150. He was 10 for 141. And then the second.
You off a little bit there.
A little bit, okay. His second game, he only threw it to him 2 times. And their O-line was terrible. Their D-line was terrible. Kyler Murray was running all over the place.
Yeah, but you're up 20. Was it 23-7 with 9 minutes left, and you lost that game? That's an ugly loss.
It's a very ugly loss.
Yeah, that's a bad loss in that division.
Here's something. Maybe this will make you feel a little bit better, Dom. Probably not, but just letting you have this one on. When me and Tommy are in a fantasy league, and we picked Carr as one of our quarterbacks.
I know, you told me that already.
Yeah. We haven't played him. We benched him, though.
Why would we want three interceptions? We got Justin Herbert. We got the real quarterback in that division. Well, this week,
he may even leave him benched when Herbert has.
We may go with no quarterback just to be safe.
Yeah, because he may throw 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 touchdowns, but he's going to throw like 5 interceptions. So what's the point?
Yeah. So big game this week, Dom. It's another division game with Denver. Kind of a must win. I mean, you guys got to get off the schneid.
No, they got Tennessee this week, isn't it?
Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the following week. I apologize. That's the following week. Yeah, they do. They're in Tennessee. Yeah, Vegas at Tennessee. But so Vegas, a Tennessee team that has not looked right. Looks like what's his name? Derrick Henry's lost a step a little bit this year. So I would tell you, hold on, I can't.
Go ahead.
No, I can't screw around you. I got my board's not up. The Blog Talk Radio's would not come up tonight, so I can't.
You got to be. What the fuck, man? Come on.
I'm sorry, could not get the Blog Talk the radio. I think it's the storm. So
the storm.
Yeah, it was a ton of rain when I got home. It was a ton of rains. Whenever that happens, but yeah, big win this. You got to win this week, Dom. I know it's only 0-3 and teams come back, but it's your division is good enough where you guys can't fall behind 0-3 and think you're going to get back in it.
No, they cannot fall behind 0-3.
Yeah, and I don't know what's the problem. I mean, you pick up the. You got Devontae Adams. I mean, you got Carr got a raise.
I had to do it.
Get you one way or the other, Dom. Give me a quick thought. What needs to turn around on that offense?
They got to get someone on the offensive line, a guard, to step up, give Carr more time. And Carr's got to make better decision making. He can't throw into triple coverage.
Do they keep Derek Carr after this season?
Well, he
showed a lot of promise, but he hasn't really done much the last couple of years. Do you think that they move on from him if he has another off year?
Jeff, you know what? That's a great question. I think it depends on where the record is in the end of the year. And if there's any good free agent quarterbacks available, or they can get one of the top two in the league in the draft.
I don't think they're going to be that bad of a team, man. I don't think they're going to finish that bad that they're going to get a crack at one of the. Well, first of all, do you guys even know who the top quarterbacks are for this year in the league? Or the draft coming out?
I don't got them with me. Chase, right, Tom? Chase something.
Yeah. There's a couple guys. I mean, quarterbacks this year you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who are going to be the top quarterbacks coming out?
Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. Yeah. Chase Young from Alabama and C.J. Stroud from Ohio State are the two big numbers. I'm not huge fans of either guy. I think they're both good quarterbacks in college. I'm not sure about the pros.
Well, listen, somebody's got to be the top couple coming out of the draft, so we'll have to see who they are.
What about your team, Jeff? They haven't looked so good either.
Well, they look good against Cleveland in the last 2 minutes. I think that game made them take a step forward. Step that they should have been taking. I just rather that it was with Zach Wilson instead of Joe Flacco. I think they're going to have to take a lot of small steps like that for them to take the next step and become the next level team.
Yeah, but if Flacco keeps throwing 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns a week, what's going to happen with Zach Wilson?
First of all, there is no way under the sun that Joe Flacco is going to throw 3 touchdowns a week consistently. There's no way. There's no way. And maybe you give Zach Wilson 1 extra week. If Flacco's playing that way, maybe you give him 1 extra week and just see what happens. But I'll be honest with you, he's going to come down to earth very soon. We both know this. If he was capable of throwing 3 touchdowns a week, he wouldn't be the Jets' backup.
That's true. That's very true.
Okay, I understand he's the Jets starter right now, but we all 3 of us know that they would trade him for the highest pick they can get in a heartbeat, and you know that.
Well, again,
absolutely.
You're absolutely hoping for them to start playing better. But listen, the Jets have their issues, but none of us picked the Jets to win a playoff game this year. A lot of people, including myself, I had some hopes that the Raiders might make the playoff. They may make the wild card. It hasn't looked like, again, 2 games in. Everybody's 1-1. There's only 5 2-0 teams in the league. There's a long way to go, but I think this is a pretty big game. At 0-2, you kind of need to win this game and get that thing turned around a little bit.
No, I agree with you, Tom.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at the start, but this is a big game, division. The Broncos are not playing great football. They think they're 1-1, but this is not a great football team, and probably a very, very badly coached team with Nathaniel Hackett. And so far, Russ Wilson's not running away with MVP votes so far.
Well, that coach at Denver has no idea how to operate a time clock.
Listen, the guy's bad. He's made some bad decisions, but they are 1-1, and it's this is going to turn around. So, but 2 0-2 teams with the Titans and the Raiders. Somebody's going to be 1-2. So hopefully it'll be your Raiders and give you something to cheer up about, and hopefully you'll be home in your comfy house watching the game on the TV. Hey Don, let me ask you this question. It's a couple years now, but how's it feeling now with the Raiders in Vegas? Do you feel like it's any different? Is the mystique different than it was when they were in Oakland?
No, because the fans are still the same. The nation is still the same.
And
how much more home have you? First of all, have you gone out to see a game? You haven't been out there yet, right?
I haven't been to Vegas yet. No.
Okay. Being that they don't really have a home field advantage, and hear me out before you say anything. When I mean a home field advantage, because Vegas is such a vacation destination, a lot of people are going to look to go there to see a football game in Vegas. They're not going to have the same home field advantage, I would feel, than some of these other teams. Do you think that playing in Vegas is going to hurt them ultimately?
They're going to lose several thousand tickets, but it ain't going to be half the stadium or nothing like that, what you're thinking.
Well, Dom, you follow Raider Nation. Are they traveling? I know there's I think I heard or read that there's about 1,000 people travel to each home game from Raider Nation. Are you saying that the rest of, it's 80,000 in the city? Are you saying that most of that are local Raider fans?
No, that's fans all over, and I have people out there from Staten Island in Vegas right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but listen, when the Giants play, they're playing in their hometown stadium.
Yeah.
People come to see them. Same with the Jets. The Kansas City Chiefs, they play at Arrowhead. The Patriots, they play up in Foxborough. But now you're talking about a different scenario. First of all, Las Vegas, yeah, it's a populated city, but it doesn't have the populations of some of these other cities. It's mostly a tourism. It's the casinos. It's the hotels. Somebody's going in there. You can't take your fucking 10-year-old kid into the casino, but you could take them to a football game.
I can't dispute that.
So I'm just wondering if they're going to lose, that 12th man on the field.
I can't dispute that, Jeff. That they are going to lose some of that. Some of that mystique, some of that magic, they are going to lose. Depending on how much is dependent on how good they be and how fast they become good. If they start off 0-6, 0-7 or something, they're going to lose it real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I think to Jeff's point, going into Oakland and playing a game was rough. There's certain places you don't want to go and play. That was one of them. I wonder if the home field advantage is the same as it was. So, I mean, again, I don't watch a lot of their games, so I can't say. Watching the game on TV, you still get the sense, Tom, that that it's a pro. The ratio is bigger for Raider fans in the building than, let's say, people there just watching a football game.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
I think that they'll have more fans, more Raider fans at every home game, without a doubt. But it's just, when you have a stadium with 80,000 people in it, and I mean, like how they had in Los Angeles or Oakland or wherever it is they were playing, they moved so many times, I totally forgot, to be honest with you. If there's 80,000 people, say maybe 75,000 of them are hometown fans.
Yeah.
Now you take the same 80,000, however many seats their stadium is, I don't know. But, now maybe you're talking 50,000 or 45,000. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the ratio. That's why I asked Dom. But listen, it's interesting. Big game this week, Dom. Hopefully they pull one out for you. Hopefully you get the hell out of there and you get back to. But as I reminded you last time we were together, we need you to start taking better care of yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
We're talking about a Christmas special, and we want you to be part of it.
Not being no elf, I'm telling you right now.
No, Jeff, were we expecting Dom to be an elf at our Christmas special?
Not at all, Dom.
Right,
this is one time where I have to agree with Tommy. We did not want you to do this. I don't know if this will show up or whatever. Probably ain't going to show. There it is.
Yeah, we got you now.
I can't see it.
Can't really see it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, Dom, I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah,
Your phone number's the same, Dom Ginter?
Yes. Yeah, same number.
Okay, there we go.
No, we have no interest in that, but we do want you to be part of the Hard Rocket Sports Christmas special this year. And Jeff has a specific, and
I have a specific character for the blessed Christmas season for you to.
Right. As we wait for Aaron Judge to get his third at bat of the game, he's been walked
He's
twice.
up already again.
He's up again, top of the
just
bottom.
up like 2 minutes ago.
It feels like that, but yes, he's about to get up again. He has, I think he's 2-0. He's been walked twice. This is believe it's his third at bat. He's on deck behind Higashioka.
He flew out to center field.
I'm behind. Higashioka flew out to center field?
No. Oh, yeah, Higashioka. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay. So why am I so far behind? He's just getting in the batter's box right now.
Yeah. No, Judge is just getting in the batter's box.
I'm way
You're right on, Paul.
No. Higashioka's still on TV, up on the screen right now, hitting on my TV.
Oh.
So you're further away from the stadium, Tom.
I don't know why. It's weird. So listen, Dom, we want you to get better. We need you to be part of our Christmas special. We'll have to hold back and give you something to look forward to. But we definitely need you to be part of that. But we need you to get out of there and feel better. If there's anything you can do for you, my friend, let us know.
All right. I want you to call in. Just say hello, boys.
Anytime, my friend. Let us know, Dom. I'll reach out to you off the air.
I'll talk to you later, boys.
Feel better, man.
Feel better.
We need you.
That's the half man.
I was going to hit him up with Tiny Tim.
Oh, well, he's still there. Dom. We lost him.
He's gone.
Yeah, he just left. Okay.
Oh, is he there? You're back?
I tried to bring him back, but I think he hung up. Dom?
Look at that face. Is there any way to capture that?
Oh, my God. I don't know. I have no idea. That is a frightening look. Kick from the studio. Okay, kick the guest out. Aaron Judge is up on the screen. I'll give you my update. It sounds like I'm behind, so maybe you'll know before me anyway. Jeff and Tom here at Hard Rocket Sports Show.
The Yankees are winning 1-0.
Yep,
that doesn't say anything. Judge looks like Judge is at bat.
Yep, that's correct.
One ball. He has one ball.
Well, that is
he don't have two. He has one ball.
He has one ball. Jeff, a couple quick things I want to go back and talk a little baseball with you because.
Hold on. I got a breaking news.
Which
out
is
of Baltimore.
Go ahead.
Jason Pierre-Paul to aid pass rush, just signed by the Ravens.
Oh, it's a big move. He's been sitting around waiting to play. There's a couple of guys still waiting to play. He's one of them. I think Ndamukong Suh is still looking for a team to play with.
Is what?
Ndamukong Suh is still looking for a team.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't sign yet. Jason Pierre-Paul, it's a good sign. That's a Raven team can use a little help. Jeff, some interesting games this week. We'll go through them real quick. Let me start with the Colts. Colts lose 24-0 to the Jaguars. That has been a very disappointing Colts team, 0-2. No offense. Matt Ryan, they bring in a veteran guy hoping to settle down the quarterback position. Jeff, so far, not been good.
No, I would have to totally agree with you. This is not what you expected I mean, listen, I know Matt Ryan wasn't exactly lighting it up down in Atlanta, but you would expect definitely more out of Matt Ryan with Frank Reich
Yeah,
as coach.
absolutely.
Is this
Jonathan
another
Taylor?
team that just can't get a quarterback going? Because what did they have? They had, after Payton left, they had Luck. I believe they used Brissett. They used Phillip Rivers. They had Wentz.
Yeah.
Now you got Ryan. And I know that I'm missing one or two. I
Yeah,
have
I'm
to be.
sure you're missing one or two along the way. But yeah, that's
You know,
big
it's
name
like,
quarterbacks.
wow, revolving door. And what are they? They got Ryan for 2 years, I think.
Yeah, I believe they do have him for 2 years. And I got to tell you, though, but if this continues on and this team stumbles, I would think Frank Reich, if he's back, I would be surprised. I mean, you know, this is a team that they were, and Judge strikes out with runs on first and second. There are now 2 outs in the bottom of the 50, Yanks up 1-0. Michael Walker at least semi-challenged him with that at bat. We'll get to some baseball. But, yeah, Jeff, I mean, you know, there's a lot of coaches on the hot seat right now. I mean, Mike McCarthy, you know, there's a lot of guys who are going to be, you know, people are going to be, questioning. Ron Rivera up in Washington.
No, I don't think they're those guys. Neither one of them are going to go anywhere because one, McCarthy's got injuries he's dealing with. McCarthy, not the other one, Rivera. I mean, come on, you got Carson Wentz. They don't have a quarterback, and
he's buying the groceries on this one, Jeff. He wanted Wentz here. If they, you know, yeah, it's early in the season. I'm just saying that he's got to produce something this year. Same thing for McCarthy. McCarthy can't go out there, regardless of Dak Wilson being out or not. And I still don't understand that whole thing. You know, how, you know, some people say 6 to 8 weeks, and you got Jerry Jones saying 4 weeks, and maybe sooner than that. But, you know, there's some guys under the radar and I under the gun here, and I think Frank Reich with a shitty season is going to be under the gun.
Frank Reich, yeah, because he hasn't done anything the last couple of years, and they keep going from quarterback to quarterback to quarterback. I was actually kind of surprised that they kept Wentz for 1 year. I'm like, what do you got to be fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You know, especially since we worked together in Philly and they were just like later.
Yeah, I mean, he was his handpicked guy to come in, and then all of a sudden that tells me a lot about Carson Wentz. So we'll see how it plays out for both the Redskins and for the Colts with Wentz now over there. But that was a surprise game. I had picked the Jags to win that game. I mean, the Colts to win that game big.
I don't think, you know, the Jaguars are going to I don't see them shutting people out all of a sudden. And getting a shutout in football is a pretty hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Winning the game 24-17, 24-21, 17-14, I could see them winning in that fashion. But listen, I don't think and I hate to use this with every team, every game, but I think that this is more a showing that that the Colts lost the game more so than the Jacksonville Jaguars won the game. And because I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is there yet, to be honest.
No, he's still off. And then I'm not a huge fan of Peterson, the coach, but you know, again, that tells me a lot about the Colts, Jeff. That tells me the Colts are a bad team.
Yeah, well, listen, they haven't been a really good team since Luck was there.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
You know, and the last time, speaking of somebody that disappeared off the face of the earth, Andrew Luck. Last time we saw Andrew Luck, it looked like he lost about 80 pounds.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything about him or even heard anything about him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just kind of, you know, you see a guy like that and he leaves because of injury. You think, well, he'll take a year off and then he'll try to come back. And it's been, 3 years now?
He's not coming back.
No, now he's not. Now it's over. I agree with you there 100%. But that's an interesting one to watch. A big win for the Lions this week. I called it. I had them on my picks this week. They beat the Redskins, and Carson Wentz throws a big pick in a big spot to kill a rally. But a big win for the Lions this week, 36-27, and Goff throws 4 touchdowns. And I think this is a different Lion team. Is it winning the division or going to the playoffs? I don't know, but this team's got a little something different.
Listen, they're coming together. You know, they've kind of staying with the same coach. They're not making panic moves. I still think that they should see what they can do with Goff at quarterback. You know, the guy did take a team to the Super Bowl. I wonder if he had won the Super Bowl, if life would be different for Jared Goff. But you know, you also put him in Detroit with not many pieces, and then expect him, you know, like, well, he's just a stopgap. Like, to me, the way I heard it and the way that I saw it, you know, is this his last year in Detroit? Is he going to end up, you know,
I would say so. Yeah,
out of there?
I would say so, Jeff. I think this is a team that's going to look for either a young veteran guy, and let's see, Rizzo gets hit again, second time today. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth for the Yankees. Yeah, I think so.
I'll be honest with you. If they get rid of Goff again,
they
get rid of Goff and they start again, I think all the progress that team has made just right back.
Yeah, but is he the long-term solution, though, Jeff? I mean, if you can get a young quarterback, even if you bring a young guy in, draft him, and ride him on the bench for a year or two, is Jared Goff the guy you want to build with a young team for your future, or do you want to bring in either a young veteran guy, I don't know. Let's throw Daniel Jones into the mix. Daniel Jones gets cut by the Giants, somebody like that, or drafting a guy this year. You know, this is a team that probably gets a top 10 pick, even though they're playing better, and build toward the future? Or do you try to ride Jared Goff for the next 4 or 5 years?
I would listen. The more that he stays with that team, the more that he learns that system, the more that he is going to become consistent with the players that are there and build a rapport with the players that are there. And I think that it could end up helping them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, I'm only going by how I feel, how I see it.
Yep.
Before you go get anybody else, regardless of who they are, and not for nothing in their situation, I wouldn't be fast to take like what's his face you just mentioned,
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, because if he didn't work for the Giants, what makes you think he's going to work for you?
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying. I'm just using him as an example, but I'm saying to get a young quarterback maybe who needs a chance somewhere else. You know, I don't know who that would be. I can't top of my head. I don't know which way to go. I'm not a fan of Goff. I think he's good enough. I just don't think he's going to be a guy who's going to take you to the promised land. And with a young team like that, I think you want to get that young guy in there who you're going to build on for the next 10 years.
Well, let's see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let's see what happens as far as all of that goes. And, you know, I mean, me personally, he's still young enough that you could include him in your plans.
You could, sure.
And,
absolutely.
You know, he had a bad Super Bowl, and then that's it. Everybody gave up on him.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand that. Like, to me, the NFL is such an unforgiving place.
Oh, my God.
And there should be a heap of used quarterbacks, and there probably is somewhere out back behind the garbage, or you know, where the bus is parked during the game, or across the parking lot, and where they keep the old rock salt. It has to be. And they take these guys and they're like, well, listen, Tom, you didn't get us to the Super Bowl, you didn't get us to the playoffs, you didn't even get us a 500 record. We're going to eat your contract, and we're going to either trade you to this team, or we're just going to release you. But it's game 4 of my first season. Yeah, I know it's not working out. Sorry. And that's it. And I don't see, when you come on the air all the time and you mention it more than anybody else, and you say the word dynasty.
Yeah.
And there can never be a dynasty because there's not anybody in this fucking league that they keep long enough.
Yeah.
Around.
Coaches and quarterbacks. Coaches and quarterbacks, they're gone.
Well, it's not just the quarterback; it's everybody. It's
true.
Everybody.
Well, think about how many teams actually give their draft picks second contracts.
Well, the second contract, but think of this here: dynasty. Okay, when you say the word dynasty, you're thinking the Yankees are dynasties. They've had several dynasties. The New York Islanders were a dynasty. The New England Patriots were a dynasty. The 49ers were a dynasty. The Pittsburgh Steelers were a dynasty. And now what I'm getting to is back to hockey, the Edmonton Oilers, who had the same players on their team for how many years in a row, and they went and won 4 Stanley Cups in a row. Then they disbanded and got rid of some of these guys. And where they all end up? In the New York, with the New York Rangers, McTavish, Glenn Anderson, Bookaboo, All of these guys, I could keep going naming guys.
SCA, Graves.
SCA, okay. And what they do? Oh, well, they won another fucking Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So it's just showing you that if you get the right chemistry together, these guys are going to go out and play. And nobody is developing chemistry. And it's almost like, I'm not even going to say week to week. It seems it's almost like quarter to quarter. Like if you're not doing good, like we can't do this, we can't do that. It's just unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. The patience level in the NFL has gotten down to where if you don't win in this block of games, 4 games, 8 games, 10 games, you're possibly gone. I mean, we've seen coaches fired after 1 year. We've seen players benched after less than a year. There is no patience level in the NFL anymore.
No.
It's an absolute win now. Don't build for the future. You know, it's a whole different ballgame than we grew up with.
Look at Teddy Bridgewater right off the bat. Teddy Bridgewater, okay?
Yep.
You take Teddy Bridgewater and you think about him when he was in Minnesota, and they were like, he's a great quarterback, great young talent, great quarterback, great quarterback, great quarterback. Okay, great. He's a great quarterback. Okay, he had a horrific injury, was out of football for a year, came back where I believe he came to the Jets, or I think he was with somebody else before he came to the Jets, maybe the Saints. Or something. Yeah, I think the Saints.
Might have been the Saints. Yep, might have been.
And then he was with the Jets, and then he bounced around, and he's all over the place. And now, I think he's a backup in Miami.
Yes, he's a backup in Miami.
So
yes.
I mean, this is somebody who's probably lucky to even have a job in the NFL.
Yeah,
he's probably never going to be a long-term starter in the NFL now at this point in time.
I would agree. Yeah,
I know he's got to be closing in on 30.
Oh yeah, easy.
You know?
Yeah.
And I remember when we were talking about him plenty of times, and you were like, I would love to have him on the Giants. This guy's going to be highly sought after. This, that, and the other thing. Now it's like, he can't even hold a fucking clipboard someplace. So, I mean, this is someone that had a career ahead of him, and an injury robbed it. Yeah, but nobody wants to give him a second chance. And that happens to a lot of other quarterbacks in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no. Listen, there's no doubt in my mind, Jeff, that you're right. That you're not right on this one. So
look at Denzel Mims. That's another guy. I know he's not a quarterback. I understand this, but there's another guy that I just can't fucking fathom. Like, what the fuck is going on with this guy?
Yeah,
and you're not going to keep him.
Yeah,
and you're going to keep him, but you're not going to play him. Like, why? Why didn't you trade him and get something? If I came to you and I had 2 5th-round draft picks, I said, Tom, I'll trade 2 of my 5th-round draft picks for your 4th-round pick. Would you take it?
Did you say 2 5th-round picks?
2 5th-round picks.
Yeah, for
your 4th-rounder.
Would I take 2? No. Well,
no,
I would. 2 5th-rounders for a 4th. Yeah, I would take 2 players in that group.
Why? Because you could take that 2 5th-round picks, and maybe package your 5th-rounder with it, and maybe you can even get a 3rd-rounder.
Sure, absolutely.
Or something back. You know what I mean? So there you go. They didn't even do that.
No.
And they're holding on to him. And so what's going to happen? What's the plan here? You're just going to let him walk?
Yeah, I think that's the answer nowadays, Jeff, is that, you're not going to make a trade for the guy. And why he's even on a roster, I'm not sure, but okay, he's there. And at some point, he'll get released in the offseason, or maybe, like you said, maybe traded for a 5th or 6th or 7th round pick, and the experiment's over. And it happens every day. The Giants are going through it right now with Kenny Golladay. They're going through it with Darius Slayton. The Jets are going through it with Mims. There's players all over the league who just, they signed a deal or got drafted by a team, and it just doesn't work. But there's no more. Yeah.
In Mims's case, he started off injured.
Yeah.
And he was from the previous regime, and it's almost like they're punishing that regime.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and that's
by not even trying this kid to see what they have.
Yeah, it's so true. No, it's very true. Again, you see, coaches and GMs that come in and inherit already built rosters, like the Jets, who had a fairly decent roster. There are going to be guys just come in and say, I don't want this guy on my team, doesn't fit my scheme, doesn't work hard enough, whatever. And it's no sweat on their ass. They didn't draft him. I got the football game on 7-7, triple reverse screen pass by the Cleveland Browns, 7-7, Cleveland and the Steelers in the early part of the second quarter.
You got to think Cleveland didn't even get a chance to fucking brush their teeth after that loss to the Jets, and here they are playing again.
But do you know that they have a picture of an elf in the middle of their field?
You know, I'm glad that you brought that up. I saw that the other day.
Did you really?
Thing, and I'm like, what is that? And it looked like the little guy for the big boy hamburgers.
Yeah. Bob's Big Boy.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Hold on, Browns.
And I mean, first of all, when you say a brown,
yeah,
I'm thinking a skid mark or something. Like, how come there's not a pair of tighty whities with a thick brown mark on it? I don't know.
All right, I got a picture of it. I'm going to bring it up on the screen, and we can try to figure out what it is and why it is. And it's Brownie the Elf, Jeff. That's the official
elf.
Now, I would have thought that this would have been. I will bring this up on the screen. This could be Dom's costume. Hold on.
Works for me.
Works for me. Hold on.
I'm sure that the hospital won't get many Browns games.
There he is. That's Brownie, Jeff. Brownie the Elf. He is the revival of the old Browns mascot. Now, why does Brownie the Elf have to do with being on the Browns? Like,
first of all, what's a brown?
That's a good point. That's a good call. But Brownie the Elf, and that what in today's day and age, Jeff, is that how long before somebody goes after Brownie the Elf?
First of all, let's look at him. Pointy ears, pointy fingers.
Yep.
Funny looking shoes, angry demeanor.
Yep.
Okay. He's evidently right-handed.
Yep, evidently.
So now I see the following people coming after him.
Good.
Left-handers.
Okay.
People with pointy ears, people with pointy fingers, people that wear socks as shoes, elves, dwarfs, midgets, half men.
The half men for sure.
Quarter men, whatever. Yeah. People with funny haircuts, and anybody named Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We've definitely run the gamut of people who might get insulted by Brownie the Elf, and I just don't understand.
Now, wait. Who is Brownie the Elf? You just happened to look that up, and it came up today?
No, somebody was talking about the other day. I listen to sports radio, and they were talking about that the Browns were changing the logo on the field and bringing back Brownie the Elf. And I said, I got to look this up. And I saw Brownie the Elf, and I said, I'm going to bring it on the show this week. And I got it.
Look at the timestamp on the article, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And look on the left-hand side. The article below it is about Jason Pierre-Paul. That's today. That fucking article is from today.
That is from today. And it says,
holy shit.
Nobody, at least still living, knows for sure how Brownie the Elf came to be the first official mascot of the Cleveland Browns some 76 years ago. Yet one fact is certain. It was Art Modell who put the elf on the shelf after buying the team in 61. My first official act as owner of the Browns, Modell told newspaper reporters, will be to get rid of that little fucker. Brownie is back bigger than ever. Topping a preseason online fan, Brownie has returned as the team's midfield logo, an oversized rendition of his original mysterious appearance preceding Cleveland's inaugural season. The latest character of Brownie spans the 45-yard lines and can be easily spotted from an airplane. If you're bemused by Brownie's existence as an NFL mascot, well, you're not alone. I don't know what to think about it. It's original, it's unique, but I've always been more of a fan of the dog. I mean, we're the dog pound, but we got an elf. That's Myles Garrett.
Why don't they just put lawn Twinkies?
I'm trying to see. I'm just dying to know if anybody out there. The legend of Brownies began in Britain and dates back to at least the 16th century, according to such. He's a small, hairy creature that lives in houses and farms with people. He undertakes a range of domestic and agricultural chores, and understanding that he gets free board and lodging from the humans. Jeff, that is craziness. Browns and the Miami Seahawks, 1946.
Miami Seahawks?
That's what it says right there. Miami Seahawks.
I never even knew that.
I never knew that either. I don't know where that came from.
Well, that's because the NFL took everything before 1966 or whatever it was and just totally trashed it, put it in a box down in the basement. Now it's all musty with mold on it. We'll never know what happened. Oh, my God. No. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. Wow.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they brought this back and nobody's complaining. I'm just reading through the thing and trying to get an idea if anybody's out there complaining about it.
I can't believe that the article, how big the article is.
Yeah, it's huge. It's talking about what they eat. There was a
eat?
Yeah. It says, hold on. Krause noted that brownies appreciate milk and fresh bread being left out for them at night.
Wow.
But they did tests being spied on, whether working or eating. This is fucking insanity. In 1929, the Atlas Beverage Company in Detroit began producing a brownie caramel cream root beer whose bottles were adorned with an elf. The company put a sign on advertising the soda, soon put a sign advertising the soda on a building downtown. Off that, so the story goes, Brownie the elf was born. That's how Brownie
the elf. Wow.
Yeah, Brownie the elf. I'm trying to see if there's nobody protesting. Nobody's complaining.
Not yet. Somebody's got to start complaining. Somebody has.
I'm just going up the line here. It just tells how it came apart, how it came about. This is some article still going.
Wow. That is a fucking long article, without a doubt.
Brownie was made the team's official training camp logo in 2006. The Brownie sideline mascot made his debut in 2000. How did we not ever hear of Brownie the Elf? He's been on the sideline since 2015. How do we not hear about Brownie the Elf?
I don't know. Good question. You were on the air at 2015, weren't you?
Yeah, we certainly were. Yeah, 2014 we started this show.
So I don't understand how. Wow.
Yeah, very interesting. Brownie the Elf, Jeff. I've seen it all. Hey, let's go back to some baseball before the show ends. And we were talking about Aaron Judge and 62 homers, but he's also going for the Triple Crown, Jeff. He's actually leading in all offensive categories that make up the Triple Crown right now with a handful of games left. There's been some debate back and forth on what's the bigger achievement. There's been probably 20-plus guys who have hit for the crown, the Triple Crown, which is obviously home runs, RBIs, and average. But only 3 men now have hit 60 homers in close to 95 years. I say 62 homers is the bigger thing. Could winning the Triple Crown could the winning the Triple Crown overshadow 62 homers?
I don't think it's going to overshadow 62 homers, but here's the question. When was the last time that the Triple Crown was won?
Miguel Cabrera in 2000 and something, 2006. 2000 and something. So it's been a few years.
It was modern day. It was in the 2000s.
Yes.
Do you know the last time before that by any chance?
I want to say
it was in the 70s.
I think it was Yastrzemski in the 70s.
Well, listen, I don't think that it should be overshadowed. I think that it should be acknowledged without a doubt that you're talking somebody that won something. Okay, it's been 16 years since the last person that won it. How many different baseball players have played in that 16-year span?
Wow, listen to this. So Miguel Cabrera won it in 2012.
2012?
Yep. Before that was 1967, Carl Yastrzemski.
Okay.
66, then Mickey Mantle in 56, Ted Williams in 47, Ted Williams in 42, Ted Strong in 42, Joe Medwick in 37. So there has been quite a list of Triple Crown winners going back to 1878.
Okay, but, you're also talking about a different time in baseball.
Sure.
You know what I mean? When it was less teams.
Yeah.
Less pitching the way they do pitching now. Pitchers used to go out and pitch practically the whole game as opposed to, you got guys that are playing 3, 4, or 5 innings and then they get replaced so that their pitches are fresh and everything else.
Yep.
Just a completely different way of life in baseball. I think that it should be acknowledged that since 1967, it's been done once or twice.
Once.
So it should be acknowledged. The 60 home runs, listen, it's part of it's part of the Triple Crown. But yeah, let's see what he ends up with. If he goes on a tear, I know it's going to be kind of hard. Now, what has he got? Like 15 games left, if that?
Left out. Yeah, I think it's either 13 or 14 at this point.
Yeah, he's probably not going to get much closer to 70 than, I don't know. I think that, you know what, Tom? I think that the way it is now, that some of these pitches, they'd be willing to pitch to him and put it down the middle and be like, go ahead, I'm daring you to fucking hit it.
So far, hasn't happened the last 2 games. They pitched around them. His first 2 at-bats tonight were walks, built a lot of balls out of strike. So I agree with you, Jeff. I think if you're a baseball guy, you got to go after him and give him every opportunity to get it. I mean, if you're a team that's fighting for a playoff spot, go out there and play the game the right way. And if the spot comes up, you play it accordingly. But if you're a team like the Red Sox and you're 20 games out with no chance to win, you got to challenge Aaron Judge. You got to give him the opportunity to win the record. You can't walk him the whole time.
Listen, if I'm a pitcher, okay, and especially if I'm a power pitcher, and I don't even know any power pitchers now because I'm not a baseball guy.
Right.
But if I was a power pitcher, and regardless, I couldn't care less if I was 3 games behind with 4 to play. Okay, I'm going up there and I'm going to look at him. I'll nod at him, and I'm telling you, you know what, bro? It's coming right down the fucking middle. Me versus you.
That's the way you do it.
Okay, and this is how it is. If you put it over the fence, good luck, good power, more power to you. My name goes in the record book.
Yeah.
If not, and because not for nothing, with the way that records don't happen today in baseball, is it necessarily such a bad thing to be in the record books with something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you on that one. I think I said open the show with this, and it said I don't think there's enough people paying attention to this. I think that this is something that's happened 3 times in 95 years. I mean, that's basically history. I mean, throw all the other guys out, the McGuires, the Sosas. I say this. I've said this on the show before. I'll say it again. If everybody really recognized Barry Bonds' home run record of 73, why is he not in the Hall of Fame? Why is he not in the Hall of Fame at this point? If his 73 is legit, he should be in the Hall of Fame, and he's not.
His 73, I'll tell you why. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I can't tell you. We all know why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Right. We know why.
Because it's a tainted 73.
Agreed.
Okay. Regardless of what anybody says, it's a tainted 73. That's one thing.
Yep.
2, when you think about the Major League Baseball, when Aaron Judge breaks that record, and he's going to hit another one, at least another couple before the season's over.
100. I think he gets to 65, if you ask my opinion.
Unless he gets hurt.
Okay, of course.
Okay, because with Aaron Judge, anything is possible.
All right, absolutely.
But unless he gets hurt, he's going to top the record. Barry Bonds, being a man of color, there's going to be a lot of people that do not want to see him be surpassed.
Correct.
Even though he's going to be surpassed by another man of color or kind of color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whatever his nationality is. Judge
is African. He's mixed race.
Okay. So you got to think of that. And a lot of people don't want to come out and say that this is not the Major League record because it's not recognized.
Correct.
But it is recognized as the Major League record.
Yes,
it's just the person that hit it is not recognized as the Hall of Fame, a Hall of Fame member.
Yeah.
And I think that one day he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. But, right now, it's like it's a battle for number 2.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Right now, Judge is in 3rd place or tied for 3rd place all time.
Yep.
For most home runs and
the American League.
In the American League. And now he's, he's looking. Well, I'm talking number 3 both leagues.
No, he's not number 3 both leagues because McGuire, Sosa.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're 100% right. Yeah, they got deep into the 60s, didn't they?
They got deep into the 60s, yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think that a couple of them, didn't they hold the record for a season or 2?
They did, sure. They broke it in 98, 99, and I think what's his name? I'll give it to you right now, but I think and then Bobby Bonds broke it in 2001.
2001. So whoever had that record for that time didn't even have it very long, did they?
No, did not. Let me bring up Major League Baseball home run records for a season. Let's see. Jeff. Okay, so Barry Bonds had 73 in 2001. McGuire hit 70 in 98. Sosa hit 66 in 98. McGuire hit 65 in 99. I'm trying to get you. Okay, so, and then Sosa hit 63 in 99. Sosa hit 64 in 2001. So you got McGuire at 70, Sosa 66, McGuire 65, Sosa 64, Sosa 63. So in between Barry Bonds is 73 and Roger Maris is 61. There's 5 seasons over 61 by 2 players.
Okay, and neither one of them is recognized or in the Hall of Fame.
Correct.
One has since turned colors.
Correct. Yeah. That you'll have to explain that one to me. I'm not sure. He went total Michael Jackson on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know steroids changed your color, but okay. Sammy's definitely looking a little paler lately.
He turned albino.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, to me, I don't acknowledge and pay attention to any of that other stuff. To me, I know it's there and I get it, but to me, at the end of the day, I'm going with Roger Maris 61, and I'm rooting for Aaron Judge to get there.
Well, I hope he does. The home run record to me is synonymous. The home run is synonymous with the Yankees.
Yep.
Because of who hit them, who started hitting them first. And
think about it, Jeff. Three players have hit 60 home runs in the American League, and they're all Yankees over the last 95 years. That's pretty amazing.
Listen, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Bill Dickey, Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Reggie Jackson. I could name more.
Yeah.
Oscar Gamble was a home run hitter on some level. Lou Piniella was a home run hitter on some level. You had, what was the guy? He came from the fucking Reds, and he came over. Paul O'Neill was not a major. When I mean home run hitter, they were known to hit home runs. They weren't leading the league in home runs, but they were home run hitters. Sure. You've had a lot of home run hitters for the Yankees. Mm-hmm. And the Yankees, because of Ruth and all of these guys from the 20s and 30s and 40s, they were just synonymous with the home run. And who else has a lineup of batters like this? It's not the Red Sox. Yeah, the Red Sox had Yastrzemski and a couple other guys, but
sure,
they don't hold the same weight as some of the guys that played on the Yankees.
No.
So it would just be nice to see that home run back here in the Bronx where it belongs.
I agree. Now, to end the show, I want to talk about this real quick. There was the other night, Judge hits his 60th homer. It was caught or picked up by a 20-year-old college student who happened to be at the game with a few of his friends, and he wound up giving it back to Judge for a few signed bats and balls and pictures, maybe some tickets. And afterwards, they were talked about how that ball's probably going to be worth anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000.
I heard 100,000.
Okay, so we're in the ballpark. So the question was, did he do the right thing and give that ball back to Judge for free for history? Or should he have gone home, thought about it, and maybe sold it? And listen to sports radio this week. A lot of people out there saying, oh, no, you got to give that ball back. And, Jeff, I say horse shit. Here's my rant. And then, please, I want you to give me your rant. My rant was this. I didn't see Major League Baseball, pay off Apple TV to put the game on free TV for everybody. I didn't see the Yankees, charge $99 a ticket to get in tonight's game to reduce the tickets. I didn't see them say, hey, you know what? While Judge is making a chase, hamburgers, hot dogs, and beers are 99 cents, or parking's $9.99. I didn't see that. I didn't see Aaron Judge sign a contract to give back money to the Yankees so he could stay here. So why, if Major League Baseball and the New York Yankees and Aaron Judge aren't doing anything for the fans in this to make life easier and better, why should a fan who catches 61 or 62, which are being appraised before it's even hit for $1 million to $2 million, why should the fan give that ball back for free?
Well, listen, you're asking the wrong guy because I would not give the ball back for free.
I agree.
I would tell Aaron Judge, you could give me all the autographed pictures you want. You could give me the autographed bat. You could give me the autographed jersey. Matter of fact, you could bring me in the clubhouse and let me meet all the guys. Matter of fact, we could go out in the outfield right now and play catch after the game. But you need to bring an envelope with you, Aaron, because I'm not just giving you the ball. Okay?
Yeah.
Never in my lifetime will I ever have the chance to take an item and say, this is $100,000. Okay?
Right.
Houses have gone up through the roof. Cars are going up through the roof. I'm in college here. I need some money. And not for nothing, they said they were talking about this, and they said that Reggie Jackson is the guy on the Yankees that goes out, or used to be the guy from the Yankees that would go running out and talk to these people and be like, oh, okay, come on, let's come.
Yeah, screws them into
and I'd be like, listen, fuck you. I'm going home and I'm getting a lawyer.
Yeah.
Before I get the lawyer, I'm going to the bank and I'm putting it in a safe deposit box. Then I'm going to get a lawyer. Okay? You could give me your card. We'll be in touch. But I'm telling you right now, I'm calling, what is that auction house? Christie's auction house?
Yeah, exactly.
I have options, and I'm exploring all of them. Thing that I know that is a dead-end street, and it's right at the top of the street, too. It's not all the way down the bottom, is me handing this ball over to Aaron Judge for nothing. That's not happening.
It made zero to no sense at all that they expected the kid to give the ball back. It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then his friends actually said that he did the right thing, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, and here, like I said, what did the New York Yankees or Aaron Judge do? Did the Yankees give you anything? Okay, Judge is making a chase while he's chasing 61. All hot dogs are 99 cents. Hey, your parking's gonna be $9.99. The tickets are $99 instead of $250. They didn't do anything. They're making every nickel they can. Judge is going to make every nickel he can. He's going to get $400 million in a contract at the end of this whole thing. Why do you expect a fan who pays all these exorbitant prices to give it back for free? And if I told you, Jeff, I heard it once. I've heard it 1,000 times in the last 2-3 days about people saying how that kid did the right thing, and I think it's wrong. I'm a baseball fan. Love the game. Have loved it since I was a kid. I hold the records in a high place when it comes to baseball. Jeff, they would have to. To protect it, I take the ball, grease it up, and shove it straight up my ass to protect it to get out of that stadium and take it home with me.
Yeah, that'd be great. Tell him too. Remember what Christopher Walken did with that watch in Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah, there you go. I would be going home with the biggest.
That's not pine tar on that ball.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, you may want to bring a rag with you when you come to get it, and and it would be the same thing. Hey, Hal, bring a big check.
Mm-hmm. You got it. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. First of all, it's part of baseball law and history.
Absolutely.
Okay. Second, you're talking about you were lucky enough to catch a ball at a ball game. Okay. And now you were extra lucky because you just ended up catching a historic numbered home run.
Yeah.
Okay. If this ball was worth 100,000, you could say, like, listen, we could work it. They're telling me this ball's worth $100,000, maybe up to 150. And you want me to give it over so for a couple fucking listen, this guy might not even be in the fucking team next year.
Absolutely.
He may not even be in the major leagues after next year. You don't know what's going to happen in life. I might not be able to. I'm going to college. I may never find a job in my field. I need money for a house, bro.
Yeah.
I need money. Pay me.
It makes no sense. It made no sense that this kid got ridiculed for or got patted on the back. I think he was dumb. And listen, at the end of the day, while I'm a big fan of history, nobody's doing anything for the little man. You get a chance to put. You think how big this ball's going to be. it could be 60 more years before anybody else hits 60-something home runs. Think of the it took what 30-something years for Maris to break it, and now it's been 61 years. Think about it. 61 years since somebody hit 61 home runs, legitimate, no issues, and it's another Yankee. This ball, Brandon Steiner was on, and Brandon Steiner's Steiner Sports. Steiner member, he estimates that the 60-second home run ball will be anywhere from $2.5 to $3 million value.
Let me tell you something, man. I don't know what I would do if I won that ball. If I caught that 60, I know what I would do.
Oh.
But imagine being in a stadium with everybody knowing that you're walking around with several $1 million in your pocket now.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to leave the game.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, 100. If that's the first pitch of the first inning, you're going home with the ball at that point. You're not.
You know, even more so, what you need to do is you catch that ball, you need to go up to the first cop.
Oh yeah.
And you need to say, listen, look what I got. I need to be escorted, please, to a taxi. I'm asking, please, somebody come with me, whatever, security. I need to be escorted out of here now. And then just go home and go take the ball and go home. And then just,
100%, 150%. I agree.
will contact the Yankees tomorrow or something of that nature. Whatever it is you gotta do.
The Yankees have employees. It was a funny one real fast. They were talking about what if a Yankee employee caught the ball? They may have to give it back to the Yankees because they work for the Yankees.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like you as an employee, you can't take home any property that belongs to the New York Yankees. But technically, does that ball, when it's hit, does it belong to Major League Baseball or the New York Yankees? It was a big question. I thought it was a very interesting conversation. I like to find out the answer. But the Yankees will have people in the stands all over the place. That way, the minute somebody catches that ball, there'll be a team of security wrapped around that guy, getting him downstairs to try to get them to give it back. And I'm telling you, if I'm the Yankee, if I'm that guy, boy, they better hope it's not me, because I would tell them, don't just take me to the Brinks truck, back it up to the house, start dumping. I'll let you know when to stop.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's put it this way. Let's say the average person makes $100,000 a year. Okay.
Yep.
At $2.5 million, you're talking a $25 million, 25 years worth of salary, no?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So that being said, even if I am working for the New York Yankees and I happen to be in the stands watching a game with my family or whatever, and I catch the ball and they say, well, you have to give it back. I'm like, no, I no longer am employed by the New York Yankees.
I quit 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Just as that ball was flying toward me, I quit my job.
Yeah.
I no longer am employed.
I gotta say that that's it. My employment here is done.
Yeah,
done.
I think I've panhanded. I think I've reached the end of my time working for the New York Yankees.
Yeah, you have no choice. You have to, because it's like, do you realize why you're here talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that being said, we both know that the more you're talking to me, the further you're chasing me away from the bank. You need to bring me you need to bring me closer. You need to entice me.
Yes.
Okay.
Get on my good side. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Dad, I already did my research. They're saying 2.5 million. We could talk, but that's a big number for a ball, man.
Yes. It's good. I listen. I think it's exciting. I'm a big fan of history. You're a big fan of history. I wonder if he gets to 61, will you pay attention to a couple of bats here and there when Judge comes up? If you know the game's on, will you flip back and forth a little bit?
No,
you just catch the highlight.
But you know what? I do want to see, and I watched the video a couple times when he hit number 60 or whatever it was. Yeah, 60. The reaction from the crowd is priceless in a baseball game with something big. And the announcer's role in all of this is just as big.
Oh, absolutely.
As everybody else's. And he has to be thinking what he's going to say and how he's going to say it because of the historic moment that he's going to see. You have to think this 100%. Is all of a lifetime. Do you think Al Michaels thought one day that he'd be making a call for USA Hockey in the Olympics? But I bet you that he knew that he had to come up with something quick. And as soon as he said, do you believe in miracles? That's it.
Yep.
That's it. It was etched in stone.
No, I listen. Couldn't agree more. And it's funny because all the talk the last week or so has been about who should make the call. Now the Yankees have their guy John Sterling. He's 84 years old, so the last couple of months he stopped traveling with the team outside of New York. Now he's going to travel to the last couple of games if Judge hasn't broken the record yet, so that way he can be on the radio making the call. But as far as TV goes, tonight it's on Fox, so you have some national guys. Tomorrow night's on Amazon. It's on Apple TV, so it's this no-name crew that could possibly be calling his 61st or 62nd. And then Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. But should it be the guys who announce them all year, Jeff? Should it be more of a famous guy? Who should be the guy who calls Aaron Judge's monumental record-breaking 60-second home run?
Well, first of all, assuming that he gets that far.
Assuming,
okay,
of course.
Assuming that he gets that far. To me, it doesn't matter who it is. You would like to see in a perfect world, you would like to see like a John Sterling do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe Michael Kay.
Yep.
Or something like that.
World. Yep.
Okay. Whoever does it really doesn't make any difference to me. But, the days of having an announcer like Vince Scully or some of these other guys that were announcers for years, I don't think it doesn't hold the same. Once again, it doesn't hold the same water.
You're right. No, you're right. 100%.
And so it doesn't really matter. What you got to hope for at this point in time is that when the ball is hit, that somebody makes an iconic call.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
what right.
you need to hope for.
Iconic call. I agree with that. Yeah.
Maybe like you if you think about it yourself, what do? You're yelling at the top of your lungs because you're like, that ball is, out of here or whatever. You gotta.
Do you practice if you're an announcer? Are you practicing a call or are you letting the emotion carry the number? What do you think it is?
You could practice it all you want, but I think that would actually fuck you up because when the moment comes, I want to hear one of the announcers slip and be like, "Holy shit." And I don't even care if they don't beep it out. It would be like, number 62, man. Holy shit. Can you believe this?
Yeah. He's up next. We'll hang in a minute more, 1 minute more, and see if you want to hang in another minute while he gets up.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. He's on deck. Higashioka's up on bat 2-1. Yankees down 4-3 in the seventh. I think the score of the game is almost meaningless at this point. I know that they're still fighting to win the division, but they're up 6 games with a handful to play. Higashioka just dropped one into the gap. It's a double in the gap for Kyle Higashioka. I wonder now. Here's the thing. Now it's 4-3 in the 7th inning. Your best play is coming up. Will they intentionally walk him and and play this game, or will they Will they pitch to him? We're going to see right now.
Oh, listen, you know what? At this point in time, if they're winning, who are they playing?
They're playing the Red Sox. The Red Sox are completely out of it. They're 15 and a half games or better out of first place. This season's over. Do they go out and challenge Aaron Judge and let him try to rip one, or are they going to walk him and put him on base?
They're in a position where they want to win too. Like to build on next year or something, of course, and they want to show that
you got to pitch to him. They're going to pitch to him. That's a good news. So we're waiting right now. Aaron Judge step into the plate. Let's see if they give him anything to hit, and let's see if he gets a chance to hit 61 while we're on the air. Hard Rocket Sports, Jeff and Tom, doing our thing right till the last minute. We're going to end the show right after the Aaron Judge at bat. He's facing Schreiber. 2 out, nobody out in the 7th with a runner on second base. Pull way inside. I don't know. First pitch appears they may not be pitching to him. Let's see. As we come up with both, we come up pitch runners in the game for Higashioka. Yankees trying to tie this game up. And again, another pitch outside 2-0, Jeff. So far, they're staying way in and way out.
Well, listen, that the chance of them putting one over the plate, they're going to make them work for it without a doubt.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're not intentionally walking him, but they're not giving him anything to hit. Let's see.
A guy 6'7", I would think he'd be better off pitching inside than outside. He could probably reach a plate and a half out.
Ooh, gave him a decent pitch to hit, swung right through it. Looks like Judge is a little.
Does he have a hard swing, Tom? Because I don't.
No, actually, you know what? For a big guy, he doesn't. He rips, but it ain't like some of the guys we've seen in the past. He's got a great swing. His batting average is he's in first place. So he's hitting 316 for the season.
Jeez.
So
because there are some guys, man, when they take a swing, man, holy shit. If they hit it, you think like it'll go into orbit. Never mind let it land.
Most guys swing for the fence. That's why Jeff, most hitters are hitting 220 and 230 in the league. Because everybody's gripping and ripping. 3-1 to Judge. He's already walked twice in this game. And it looks like he's going to walk another time. Let's see. Both ready to pitch. 3-1, runner on second base. Yep, away outside. Ball 4. They walk Judge. They gave him nothing to hit. What a bunch of scumbags.
Are they trying to hit the outside corner or are they just
you can see he's pitching to the outside, but he's not even coming close. He's lowing away on every pitch. He gave him one pitch that I thought he could have handled, and he swung through it. But all right, let's wrap this up. We'll catch the rest of the game off the air. I'm sure we'll talk about hopefully next week when we come back. Judge will have hit 62 or better, and we'll be moved on from the topics. But for now, it's been a great show. Glad Jeff got off for as long as he did, and we will thanks to the half man, soon to be Tiny Tim. I hope he gets better.
Or Brownie.
Brownie the elf. But thanks to everybody who jumped online and talked to talk to us on the show. Paul Gill popped up, Louis Pica, of course, the guys from Hemp Wizard, my man Leonard Anthony. A lot of people talking to us off the air, so thank you for all that, guys. I appreciate it. I'll give Jeff the final word.
Listen, until we meet again, may another Jets victory. May the Giants hit a slump. And don't forget December 30th, Juicy Lucy.
Oh, yeah, there you go. The Remorons.
As of right now, the debut performance of the Remorons. But I got to be honest with you. I'm going to let you in on a little something. We're going to be looking to do something a little bit before that. So,
nice.
Keep your fingers crossed.
All right, good for you. I'm glad
we're going to pop up.
Well,
and we were contacted to ask to do this show.
Oh, nice.
So, that made us feel good. That's, hey, we had one practice and somebody was like, yo, you guys ready? You want to play?
Wow.
No. But, yeah, we'll take it. We'll be ready when the time is there. But it's a lot of fun and it's going to sound good.
Good for you. I'm looking forward to that. Thank God. And the Jeff's getting out there doing his thing because I know how much he enjoys it. So, hey, so listen, guys, have a great week. Enjoy. There's going to be a little cooler weather this weekend, so bundle up, and of course, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. We'll see you back here next Thursday night when Jeff and I get to do this all over again right here on the Hard Rock and Sports Show. So for Jeff Tomwinski, myself, and everybody, come on back next Thursday for the Hard Rock and Sports Show. Good night and enjoy your rest of your week. All right, I'll catch you up with you later.
Later,
my man.
Bye.
Stop sharing. Leave studio.